I think we're good.
The host has started recording.
Okay,
Let's go. And get anything that you want at Ashmafar's Restaurant Duo. There's the show. Live, dropping live right now. Yeah.
All right.
All right, John, I hope you didn't mind me singing along with you there, but I just thought I'd do that. How many people left already? All right, I wouldn't
Everyone,
blame
yeah, just kidding.
All right. How many left? 19? Ooh, doggies. All right, let's pick up the pace a little. 10 a.m. brought you DeGarmo and Johnson with an OP360 warm up. At 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Redfern came along, Redfern, with a 7-minute update, a little bit of an update and a 360 warm up. And then at noon, Straight Talk with RobLynn and Ollie Boy, the
Wonder Dog.
that's him.
And then at 2 o'clock was ONPASSIVE 360.
2 o'clock was ONPASSIVE 360. No Ash Mafara.
He was traveling, so not able to show up.
He's a traveling man right now.
But he wanted to show up.
Right. And he couldn't be there, so he sent the three amigos to be there. So they were there.
Mm-hmm.
Marty, Chris, and Red, and did a fine job of basically inspiration and an update with Red. That's pretty much what it was. So, moving on, as Ayush says, it's 8 p.m. We're on the eastern side of 8, as you might be aware. And you are watching the RobLynnLive Network's production of RobLynnLive and Ollie.
The Wonder Dog.
Oh, yes, and his virtual background contest, of course, which we'll have in just a couple of minutes after we do a few hellos. With tonight's roundtable, we are not having a topic. We're having a roundtable Q&A with Mr. John Barilla, Miss Mel Marcano, that's double Mel, Carmela Fire Schwartz, and Mr. Pedro Estrada Salares. Okay, those four will be joining us here directly.
A
and
great panel.
That's pretty nice panel
It's
there,
going to be
if I
a
don't
good
say
panel,
so.
yeah.
Well, you're in charge of panels, so you know how to pick them.
Oh, yeah, there's no contest on Wednesdays.
And why did I say them? We're going to have the RobLynnLive contest.
We just had a discussion that there's no Ollie Boy contest on Wednesdays. We agreed on that, and then we forgot again. So, and Frank Rowe was nice enough to say no contest on Wednesdays.
All right. Well, let me reiterate what Lynn said. We're a couple of idiots here, it seems like. We don't write things down. We need to write this down. We need to put post-it
Maybe
notes.
we need a checklist.
Forget the checklist. We need post-it notes all around the screen. Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this?
No, just a list of things to do. Check first. Do this, do this, do this, do
You
this.
see how well I do with lists? Every time I leave the house, I come back in 3 times, either for a hat, for my keys,
Yeah, that's true.
for my watch,
That's true.
for my pens, or if I went outside without a shirt on and it's 51 degrees like I did today, got to come back for a shirt. You never know.
But there, when you do a show like this, there's so many steps. You wouldn't believe how many steps there are. At least 20-something steps. The prep before you go live and hit that button to start the OConnect session. There's steps before that and steps after you start.
Yeah, we've only missed 11 steps of the 20 tonight, so not too shabby, as Lynn says.
It's easy to miss a few steps.
It is easy. Why don't you say a few hellos and then we'll have our prayer for Ash.
Jillian says, Rob and Lynn need Christmas suits on soon. Haha. Rob, you are so funny. LOL, says Frank. Hello, John. Heart prayer for you from Rachel, saying prayers for John.
Rachel
Thank you.
Violet, very nice for Mr. Barilla.
Let's see. They need Santa hats on, says Don Swihart. It's true.
All righty, we'll see what we can do on those lines.
Yep, and we want to say hello to, we've got, how many in there now? We got 38 now. 38?
38 on OConnect or 38 on YouTube?
YouTube is 59.
Oh, that's 97.
So we want to encourage.
Woo-hoo, doggies, if you're on YouTube,
Yeah.
you need to come to OConnect. In case you hadn't heard, all you got to do, RobLynnLive.ai.
That's right. Can you encourage them to come on?
I'm encouraging them now. That's the domain name already in place, RobLynnLive.ai. So please click on it, sign up, register, whatever you want to call it. Get yourself an O-mail, which is the finest email on the planet. Get yourself some O-net, which is the finest social media platform on the face of the earth, and get yourself an O-trim so you can trim those long, too long URLs. All right, so
You want me to say hello?
I think you should do the hellos while I take a drink.
Okay, and don't forget, those of you who are on social media other than OConnect, let's say you're on YouTube, you might be on LinkedIn, or you might be viewing us on X. Whatever the case may be, please join us on OConnect. And also remember, if you are not yet part of ONPASSIVE, you need to be, so you can get those 3 free digital products. And the way to sign up is to go to RobLynnLive.ai, as my husband
I meant to
said.
tell you picked up 4 users yesterday.
Oh.
So this may be working. I'm not sure. We need to check the name, see if there's somebody we know. But 4 users yesterday and 3 last week. So that's 7.
Wow, that counts for us.
Not too shabby.
We're happy with that. Each and every one counts. All right, we want to say hello to the folks here. We've got Someshwar Patil, hi, as well as Patricia Green, who's always with us. Sharon Whedon, who is Bollywood Pushpin Media. She's with us today. Hi
and
there.
Whedon in the garden, I might add.
And hello to Don Swihart. Hello to, let me go, Angela Laland. She always has good wishes for Mr. Ash and his family. It's really kind of her. And we have, let me scroll up a bit, Frank Rowe, who is usually first boy.
Now, we're only going to stay on here for about 30 minutes, and then we're still going to OConnect, right?
Oh, yeah. Franz
We're not going to stream the whole show, are we?
No. We're going to just say hello. Franz Marcelin, hello. Welcome. Roy Davies, Leg Dega, Irena are here. Rachel Violet is here. Thank you. We have Irena. Did I miss anybody? Carmela, Irena, Ranjan. Paramanik is here.
What time are the panelists coming in?
They're supposed to be logged in already. Ayansha Verma's here as well. And I hope I caught everybody. Jillian. Hi, Jillian. And Keiko. Keiko's here. Hi, Keiko.
Keiko from Japan.
And Joginder Pal Singh. Hi. I think I got, Greg Lakin. Greg Lakin's here.
Greg Lakin in the house. All right, Greg.
Sergey Alechin is here from Turkey. Wow. And Nakamura is here. Welcome. And I think I caught everybody. On as well, I mean, the people who are on OConnect.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
That's how we do it. Let's continue on with our prayer for
Michael
Ash.
Chata.
Michael Chata, you want to tell everybody who Michael is and what he does?
Look at the beautiful emoji composition that's scrolling across the ticker. That is his work. That is his composition, and we're really grateful because I, for one, enjoy it to no end. I appreciate the art value of it. Thank you so much, Michael. And we want to say hi to Levi Mamabolo, Sina. We have Mohammed Opu Hossein. These are the people that I see that are on our YouTube channel. Tarun Jha, Chanda Majumdar, Michael there helping us out. Thank you, Michael Chata. Elsie, Patch, Elsie, come on over to OConnect. Laurie Lunn, come on over to OConnect. Lalao, Lalep Dalai is here. Yusuf Addo, David Switzer. Come on, I don't see you over at OConnect yet.
Let's go, Davey.
Come on, no excuse. Clover Kelly's here in YouTube or Facebook, and Daniel Welsh. Daniel Welsh, you should be on OConnect. SM Zahir Udin Babar, hello. Kushal Pegu, who is one of our moderators, as well as Michael Chata, who's a moderator, are still there. Doma Lepcha, come on over, Doma, to OConnect, please. Levi Mama Bolo, Chandan Majumdar, Iranistak Sala, she's at both locations. She's on our side as well on OConnect. I think I got it. David, Daniel, Levi, Gloria Rose, Sasmita, Chakraborty.
Come on over to OConnect, kids.
Yeah,
if you're not there yet, you need to be. Just go to RobLynnLive.ai. That's our domain.
Yeah, if you want to sign up for the free products, go to our domain. But to get the OConnect link, it's in the back office, and all of you should have that access to it. Hello, Dharmendra Raval as well. I think I got everybody. Oh, Gary Eller is in Cambodia. Welcome, Gary.
All right, Gary.
And Ravinder Kumar as well. I think I got mostly everyone. Vishu. Hello, and Chancho Ali. Did I say him? Rajesh Damor. Manshing Gamgar. Aniket Rajang. Pushpa Singh. Plasma Care, which is Mayur. See, I remember it. Mayur, the pharmacist.
Dr. Mayur.
Mayur. But his business name is Plasma Care. I'm glad to see you. And Pip Plop, Mandel as well, and Anil Sharma. Prasenjit Ghosh, quite a few people. I think I got the majority of you.
All right. Welcome, everybody. We're going to say a bit of a prayer for Ash. Please pray for Ash. They're on the road, I guess. They're either up in the Big Bird in the airplane, or they're driving. I know they do a lot of driving when they go places. So please pray for Ash, his lovely wife, Ashmahan, and their two handsome young men, Omar and Yusuf, as well as the tech, media, and support staffs from around the globe for their good health and safety. Please. Also, please send out your love, light, and prayers to all who may be ill or injured for a speedy and complete recovery. Now, we do have some announcements tonight. We're going to do all of this right here while we're live streaming, if that's okay with you. And then we'll get right into the Q&A with our panelists.
We might want to show the panelists before we switch over to OConnect. So
I think we should.
So our panelists should all be here. They all have the link.
All right. If you go to the gallery view, you'll be able to see who's here.
Sure. What do you think of that? Bring them now on the screen now, or after you finish?
In just a moment.
Okay.
In just a moment. All right. Listen up now. Migration without hesitation is how we do it. Sign the NDA, get your affiliate link. Check out the newest website from ONPASSIVE. Check out the ONPASSIVE YouTube channel. Log in. This is the important one here. Log into your Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Hotmail, Cold Mail, any other mail, Microsoft Mail, any kind of mail that you used for your alternate email. Since O-Verify will be sending your one-time password, OTP, it'll either be 4 or 6 digits to your alternate email. You want to be ready for that. You want to be ready to pounce so you can move to the next level, and that would be earning commissions. Check your OES ticker daily as things are moving along quite rapidly. And know of someone needing help, you know the drill. Remember, helping one helps us all. All right, let's get after it. Let's bring on right now. We're at the 22 minutes after. Good timing. Let's bring on tonight's panel, if we may. Pull up the gallery view. Miss Nakamoto. Whoa, Nelly. 1, 2, 3, 4. The only one we're missing is Pedro Estrada Solares.
All right, so you get to see our panelists tonight. They will be starting very shortly. We would like to make sure we bring you guys over to OConnect. If you're not on OConnect,
You need to be on OConnect.
maybe you could explain the roundtable Q&A.
I will explain the roundtable Q&A, as you can see up on the screen, and we're still recording, right?
Yes. Are you
Okay.
done with this? You done?
I'm done with that. Yes, I think I can introduce the panel without too many notes.
Good.
All right. So here's how we do the roundtable. We will introduce the panelists one by one. They will say where they're from, hopefully. If they remember where they're from, I think they will. And then we'll have them speak a little about their country, perhaps,
Yes,
and any
more.
fun facts about the area where they live.
Mhm.
And we'll have them pose a question.
Mhm.
We'll do one at a time, one question from each at a time, and then we'll move on. Now, some of these questions are going to be very easy, just teasers to get you in the mood. Some of these questions are going to be a little more difficult, and you need to pay
We mix
attention.
them up, so it's fun.
That it is mixed up. We're mixed up to begin with, so it's very easy to mix these questions up. All right? All right, let's see. What did you want to do next? Is it time to introduce the panel before we go to OConnect?
Do you want to stop the live streaming now? You want to show a little bit more?
We can show just a little bit
All
more
right.
and remind people one more time to come over to the panel. The only panelist we're missing at the moment is Pedro Estrada
Yeah, he'll be
Saladas,
by a little bit.
and he'll be by when he can, so that's good stuff, and we'll save a spot for him.
Mhm.
All right. Now, let's see. At 44, we're 44 minutes in. I think it's time.
It's 8:20.
Oh, and where'd I get 44 minutes
So we're
in?
24 minutes in.
Oh,
8:24.
8:24. Oh, we started at, we started
At 8.
playing with the controls.
Mhm.
No, before 8. Okay, I
Yeah.
got it now. All right. Woo, Dougie's, this is going to be one of those nights, folks. All right. We're 24 minutes in, and we're 25 minutes in, and now. We want to introduce the panel before we move on over. I think we should.
That would be nice.
We'll give them a little bit of exposure here. They all have shirts on, so nothing will be exposed. Let's go first to the ladies. Introducing from Canada, Melanie Marcano, also known as Mel Mel. Say hello, unmute and say hello, and we'll come back to you for the other stuff.
Yes, hello everybody. Hello, Rob and Lynn, John and Camilla, and everybody in the audience. As you know me, Melanie Macano from Canada. I'm known as Mel Mel or Sunshine, which people who know me call me Sunshine. And I came from the small island of the Caribbean of Dominica, and I migrated here in 1987 as a young adult, and lived in Hamilton from the very time that I settled here to up till now. Okay, so I am one of 13 remaining siblings, 11 girls and 2 boys. I also have 2 children, boy and a girl, a grandson, and I'm here.
We're glad you're here now. I don't know where your sidekick, Fire went. Oh, there she is. Hey, Schwartzy, are you here? Unmute and say hello. Fire. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. I will represent myself. My name is Carmela, and I live in Israel. Center of the country is Jerusalem, and I live near. My place is called Rishon LeZion. I grew up and I was brought up in the group severed in the Israel Defense Force. I got married young, and I gave birth to 2 children. I worked in the municipality of Rishon LeZion 37 years. I started as a dentist assistant for children, and then for adults. I progress and changes department. I worked in education department, accounting, human resource, several secretaries, veterinary, and compounding. After 70 years of work, the municipality decided to cut and take out employees to pension, and they took me out for early retirement. I saw this as an opportunity, and I have been developed personality. I discovered ONPASSIVE in October 2020, and from the first day, I connected with the idea and the vision of Ash Mufara.
All right, all right, all right. There's a little intro on the fire lady from Schwartzville in Israel. Now we're going to go over to Mr. John Barilla. And John, we once again, you know how we feel. We're glad you are here. And so unmute yourself when you can. We'll wait for that. Usually it's fairly quickly. And tell us a little about yourself there, will you, brother?
There we go.
Okay. So is this also where we tell a little bit about the city and such? Or is this just telling about myself?
No, just a little about yourself, and we'll come back to that when we go on to OConnect only.
Okay. All right. Well, just about myself a little bit. Okay. And also, I was a little late tonight, although I wasn't late. Pedro wasn't here yet. But at any rate, you know, I got a call, as I do quite often, from Anita, you know, our friend Anita, who often has trouble getting on, or I think sometimes she's confused about where she is or where anyway, you know, Lynn, you did away with a chat today. You know, one of your chats was one too many, and it was confusing people, and you didn't want to have to list the same show. Well, Anita, she thought that she did. This isn't about me. I'll get to me in a second. Anita thought that she had done something wrong, and that you threw her out of the chat, because you know how you put a lot of people you removed because you were going to end the chat. She thought when she saw that you have been removed from the chat she was just, oh my goodness. And she called me and she said, I can't go on the lives anymore. I can't chat. I don't know why. I said, Anita, take it easy. What are you talking about? You're talking about Messenger chat? Oh, no, I'm talking about, well, no, I think you're talking about Messenger chat, which has nothing to do with RobLynnLive or the YouTube or the OConnect. Okay. Well, anyway, after a while, I got her settled down. I explained to her what was happening, and that she wasn't thrown out of any chat, that you had just decided it was one chat too many, that you wanted to close down so that people could chat in the proper place on Messenger, which is RobLynnLive chat, not RobLynnLive chat show.
Right.
Oh boy, was she confused about that. Anyhow.
Let's go on, and maybe you could introduce yourself.
Sure, I'm sorry. Anyway, so yeah, my name is John Barilla. My last name is kind of like, if you folks might know, if you've ever heard of it, there's a pasta, Barilla pasta. It's a very famous pasta, especially in Italy, where it comes from. And it also, at some point, it became available in America, and it's like one of the #1 selling pastas and sauces. Anyway, but I'm an actor, I'm a singer, and my name is John Barilla, and I live in New York City. I grew up in Ohio, but at the age of 20 years old or 21 years old, I moved to New York to pursue my acting career, which are where I've been ever since. So I'll tell you more about me and stuff later, but that's who I am and where I live and where I'm from.
All right. Thank you, John. And once again, we'll be back to you shortly. So sit tight have those questions ready. We'll be getting on that as soon as we get over to OConnect. And now, without further ado, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce Mr. Pedro J. Estrada Saladas. And I know where he's from, but he'll tell you. And welcome aboard, Pedro. We're glad you're on the panel tonight.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here at once again with RobLynn and all the wonderful crowd that supports this show. It has become such a pleasurable thing with even a song theme now that opens up the program. I am originally from Guatemala. I grew up in Guatemala City. Central America, for many that probably don't know where Guatemala is so small compared to America. And I've been here over 40 years. I am married. I have 2 children that were born here. And I live in Gatesburg, which is a city of Maryland. Maryland is next to Washington, D.C. It's considered the metropolitan area of Washington, I guess. It touches the skirts of Maryland as well as Virginia. And so just about 40 minutes from the White House in Washington, D.C. I've been here. My background is in accounting. That's what I did all my life. I never loved it. I did it because I had to make a living. I have found that what we are doing now is what I really love. And I am so thankful that the opportunity has come. And I am enjoying being in Gatesburg when this came. So I don't know if you want me to elaborate more, but
good for now. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting evening. We'll do the questions and a little more about each of you and so forth. So just want to let everybody know we're ready now to go to OConnect. We did, Lynn put up a checklist for me, so I know it's that time to go to OConnect only. Thanks for the checklist.
All right. So
all right. I prefer sticky notes, but we're doing it your way tonight.
Okay, and thank you to all who are enjoying the live stream on our YouTube channel. We're going to be shutting off the live stream at this time, but we do want you to come over and join us on OConnect so you can see the panel and the Q&A and the rest of the good stuff, all right?
And remind them, go to RobLynnLive.ai. That's our domain. Just go to RobLynnLive.ai. You can sign up for free, register for free, whatever you want to call it. No obligation to do anything other than have fun. We offer 3 free solutions, also known as products, digital products. OMail, which is the finest email in the world. ONet, which is a social media platform on the rise big time. And OTrim, which is the finest URL trimmer in the world, on the planet. And so I think we're about ready. If you'd shut off the live stream, Miss Nakamoto, please.
3, 2, 1. Here we go to stop streaming.
And off we go to OConnect. Here we go.
All right.
Let me know when we're
Bye, everybody.
bye to you folk on Streamer.
I think it's
Streamer.
stopped. Looks like it stopped.
It did stop. So here we are. Welcome, everybody. There's 53 of you right now on OConnect. And Brenda Ross says, I love sticky notes, Rob. Well, there you go. There's 2 to 1 already. 2 to 1. We're doing the sticky notes now instead of the damn, the darn, whatchamadoogie.
I want to say hi to Cecil Weir. Hello. Love you.
Cecil, we're glad you're here, brother. Thanks for being here.
Mayur joined us too. He went over from YouTube and he came over to OConnect.
Mayur's here?
Yeah.
All right.
Very good.
Welcome, sir.
Very nice.
And let's see, it's a little early, so he's probably not at the office yet, but I'll bet he'll be there.
We will head
in a
over to
while.
the pharmacy. Okay, so now at this time, we will continue with this panel.
All right, now back to the panel. Here we go. Back to the panel.
They're
Here
gonna
we
talk
go.
about, fun facts about,
Right.
or interesting facts
All
about
right.
where they live.
All right. Let's go to Pedro. Let's do this in a little reverse order. Pedro, tell us a fun fact about Maryland and Gaithersburg and the Washington, D.C. area.
Sure thing. Gettysburg is a city 40 minutes away from D.C., as I just said earlier, from the White House. There is known for having great public school system, as great as it can be nowadays, because it happened to be in Montgomery County, which is one of the renowned county in USA, one of the most renowned counties in USA, and is known for public education excellence. So many families have moved to this area because of that, families with children. And there is, of course, nearby, not too far, an extension of Maryland University. And there is a metro station nearby. We are at the end of the red line. The metro stations are colored. That's how you identify which line you're riding. So we are at the end of the red line. It's called Shady Grove, about 15 minutes away. So that's an easy way to transport yourself to the city, as well as driving. The highways are super around here, and so it's easy to get to Washington, D.C. What is fun in Gettysburg, a lot of outdoor living, outdoor things to do. There is a good-sized mountain called Sugarloaf Mountain. You can hike there. You can nearby there is the Potomac River. It's another amenity. You can canoe and kayak in the river. We don't have many commercial centers around here. We had one, and it was closed down. But we have a place called Rio, about 10 minutes from where we're at, and that's where the Mayo's restaurants are. That's the fun place for us. There's a small lake, and the businesses are all around. So that's basically what Gettysburg is, and a great location for going north, south, east, and west, because we have a highway that connects with the Beltway of Washington. And once you are in the Beltway, you can go to any city around the Beltway with a fairly amount of speed. And so you can, everything is within 30-40 minute distance, whether you go east, west, north, or south. So an ideal location for living. It has developed tremendously since I moved here about 30 years ago. It wasn't on the map. Now it is on the map. So it's well known around this area and even other areas. So that's basically where Gettysburg is a fun place to live.
Sounds good. And not that it's important that the world know, but I used to live in Silver Spring, and I used to commute on the Red Line, so I know exactly where Gaithersburg is. I worked at agriculture and at the Pentagon, so I had the Red Line downtown, and Then I think it was orange or blue over to the Pentagon. So I'm very familiar with, and it's easy to get around up there, except when the weather's bad and the trains are running late. But other than that, it's a pretty good place. And
that sounds like it true. Yeah, the Red Line has had many problems. Yes, that's it's running better now, but yeah, it's had a lot of problems.
Right, and I was there when the problems were going on in 2010 and the early part of 2011. So, oh yeah, I know about it. And one thing you didn't mention, even though it's not Gaithersburg, is the Blossom Special, the Cherry Blossom Special, or it was Cherry Blossom. I don't know, time of year, which is what that's in April, right?
Yes, it's around April, and here nearby us, we don't. The cherry blossom brings quite a few million people to the Washington area. It's a well-known festival. There is a parade, and the cherries blossom at the same time. So it's a beautiful pink-colored display around the mall area. The mall is where all the monuments are. And here in our area, we don't have to go that far to see a display, because there is a neighborhood that they planted long ago, also a different kind of cherries. And that neighborhood is called Kenmore, I think, or Kenworth, rather. And the neighbors get annoyed by so many people coming to visit around that April time when they are blossom, because they blossom at the same time, and there are at least 200 trees in the neighborhood, the same neighborhood. So parking is jammed. Parking, the public parking is jammed. People who live there don't like it very much. They have to post signs: don't park here, don't park there, because everybody will come. So yeah, that's the fun time to come, around April, the best time to come to Washington.
Right.
Bring a jacket just in case, because
yeah, you always need a jacket. Doesn't matter what the month is. I always have had a jacket there. All right, let's hear a little bit about your area, Carmela, if we may, in Israel. Or did Jordy tell us? My memory's slipping here.
No.
Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. I will tell you a little bit about Israel. Capital city is Jerusalem. Government is parliamentary. Dominicity city. Parliamentary republic. Area 22, 145 square kilometers. Population 936 millions. Israel is a country in the Middle East, in Southwest Asia, located on southeastern coast of the Mediterranean Sea. Israel was established in the terrorist of the land of Israel, the national home and homeland of the Jewish people. Have you ever visited the Dead Sea? If not, put it in your wish list, as it is the place worth visiting. Oh. The water of the lake is colored light turquoise blue, and it is all surrounded by golden brown hills. Here and there you can see sparkling crystals of the white salt striking out of the water. The mineral-rich water and Dead Sea mud are considered to have enormous benefit for the body, especially for skin, breathing, and arthritis problems. For this reason, many people visit the Dead Sea every year and received special treatment at the spa seat and bed in it. And I suggest you, if you are going to make a trip, come to Israel, but not now because we are on a war. After the war will stop. The place is a golden place.
Thank you, Miss Fire. We appreciate that, Miss Schwartz. Let's go over to Mel, and then we'll go over to Mr. Barilla. So go ahead, Mel. Tell us a little about your area, if you would, please.
Okay, so I now live in Hamilton, Ontario. First of all, Ontario is the province in the east central Canada that borders the US and Great Lakes. It's home to Ottawa, Canada's capital, known for Parliament Hill's Victorian architecture and the National Gallery featuring Canadian and Indigenous art. Toronto, Ontario's capital, is home to 553 million. Okay, 553 meters high, the CN Tower, with expansive views from its revolving restaurant. So they actually have the restaurant that revolves 360. And also, as well as High Park, site of rare oak savanna habitat. So that's Ontario, but the city in Ontario that I live in is Hamilton, and it's a Canadian port city on the western tip of Lake Ontario. The Niagara Escarpment, a huge forested ridge known locally as the Mountain, and dotted with conservation areas and waterfalls, which divides the city. The long-distance Bruce Trail, we have a trail that extended from one end to the other, and it reaches to the Niagara region as well. So you can walk that trail. It's a very long one, and a lot of people go for walking or hiking there. It trails along the escarpment in Hamilton and all the way through to Niagara. And also, the city of Hamilton is known as Steel City and the Birmingham of Canada. Steel City because that's where all the steels were brought to be produced, and then from there, that's how it got its name. So it's also known as Steel City. And that's what I have regarding Hamilton.
All right. Thank you very much for that tour around Hamilton. We appreciate it. And now over to Mr. John Barilla, who's been in New York City for a fair amount of time. John, tell us a little about NYC, would you?
Okay. Yes, I will. Actually, I'm all over the place today, and I kind of just I thought, well, I don't want to do the same thing I did last time because I may do it again sometime. But I gave you folks a number of interesting or fun facts or things about New York City, and I covered a whole lot of little categories. So I thought tonight I'd just do something more specific and without much pre-thought, though. Also, I was going to ask you, did you guys get a chance to play the theme? Because I came in late and I didn't hear it.
I'm now unmuted so I can talk. Woo-hoo, doggies. All right, she unmuted me. We played it twice, John. Two times.
Okay.
Two times. The first time we played it.
Played it twice. I won't do that because I don't have a chance. I won't have a chance to sing it a cappella too many more times because we have the recording and we're actually going to make another recording. But if you played it twice, that's enough. Anyway, so I won't sing it again. But at any rate, so I'll go into some stuff about New York City. I have lived here since I moved here in 1970. And because I'm an actor, and well, I've always loved New York. I always wanted to come here. I knew from the time I was pretty young. But I moved here to pursue my career in 1970. And as we know, New York is very well known for theater, and a lot of not just Broadway theater, but there's theater all over town. And also, but I thought I would talk a little bit about tying some of these couple of things together. There's a movie that was originally a Broadway play called Barefoot in the Park. And it was written by very famous playwright Neil Simon. He's also written screenplays. In fact, most of his plays, and I mean, he's written a number of plays, and they're almost all located, the stories are all in New York City. And so many of those plays have also been made into films. One of those plays is called Barefoot in the Park. So anyway, mentioning the word park, I would just say, as we know, there's a lot of parks in New York City. It's one of the neat things about it. Of course, maybe the most famous, it's a huge park, is called Central Park. And it actually plays a very small part, but in the movie of Barefoot in the Park, which was made after it played on Broadway for a number of years, the play Barefoot in the Park, written by Neil Simon, it was made into a movie in 1967, and it has the theme of being in the park, but actually it's about a couple. It's a romantic comedy about a couple, newlyweds, trying to make it in New York. And it was Neil Simon's first solo effort as a play. And then he went on, like I said, to write many, many more, all hits, all big Broadway hits, and a lot of them became movies. And the movie itself was a big success. It starred Robert Redford, and the play starred Robert Redford on Broadway. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Robert Redford and Elizabeth Ashley. And then, of course, this happens quite often, by the way. Many times when a movie is transformed from a play into a film, the same actors don't play the roles because usually they may not be as well known as movie stars. And so they say, well, Broadway. Well, here's the thing, though. In this, when it was made into a film, Robert Redford was a movie star, so he did the play in New York City. He was also the star of the movie. However, Elizabeth Ashley, she's a big Broadway star, and she's made some movies, but she's not as well known as a movie person. So they cast it with Robert Redford and Jane Fonda.
Doggies.
Right? So anyway, keeps going to the wrong place that I don't want it to. Anyway, so anyhow, the theme of the park at the beginning of the movie, you see a scene where they're in Central Park and they're being in a horse carriage, the horse-drawn carriages that are very famous. People can pay and they take rides and go through the park, and you can actually ride in the streets too, but they go all through the park in a horse-drawn carriage. So in that, she actually yells out in the titles of the movie, she yells out from a horse-drawn carriage, like how they had just been married. We're newlyweds in New York City. So that's basically what the movie's about. It takes place in New York City, in my neighborhood. I live in the East Village, but in general, Greenwich Village, they lived in a 5-story walk-up in New York City. And it's kind of a running joke through the movie because I actually lived at one time, a long time ago, in a 6-story walk-up, no elevators. And the thing is, a lot of times when you walk up, or you might be in a hurry, you're usually very tired by the time you get to the top. And in this movie, they make a lot of jokes about, like the first time Jane Fonda, she rents the apartment for her new husband. He hasn't seen it yet. And when he comes home from work the first time to join her in their new apartment, he has to walk up all of the flights, all the way to the top to where their new love nest is. And by the time he gets to the top, he's like, he can hardly breathe. And there's another scene where their mother-in-law, Jane Fonda's mother, Robert Redford's mother-in-law, she's coming to see them, and she's an older woman, and she has to walk up all the flights. And by the time she gets to the top, she's hardly able to breathe, let alone visit with them. So this is like a fun running joke. Also, in the movie, you get to see another famous park besides Central Park. There is a park right near where I live, about 3 blocks away, called Washington Square Park. And so the neat thing about it is it has a huge arch. And it's actually, I don't know what the name of the arch in France is, but it's actually an arch that looks very much like a much bigger arch in Paris, France. We have it in a little park, Washington Square Park. It's actually only about 2 city blocks long. It's a square park, and it's very small, but it's very quaint, very nice. However, back when they made this movie in 1967, Fifth Avenue is a very famous avenue in New York City. The very beginning of Fifth Avenue butts into the park right where this huge arch is. And back in those days, the traffic, the cars that would drive down Fifth Avenue, because the traffic goes one way downtown, the traffic would drive downtown, and you could actually drive into the park. And there was a huge fountain, and it's still there, in the center of the park, and the traffic would have to drive around the fountain. This is the same place that people were enjoying this little park. It's a strange thing, but at some point, they did away with the traffic, and nowadays, you can't drive into the park. It's
right.
just for people, and the fountain's still there, but there's no traffic. But in the movie, opening scene, where they show the carriage driving in Central Park, they also show a cab coming through the park and driving around the circle, the huge fountain in the park. Little interesting things about parks as I'm trying to give you today. Now, also, like I said, the movie's about a couple lived in the walk-up, and also, let me see here. Hold on. I told you about that. Yeah. All right. Well, that's about it it's really a great movie. It's a romantic comedy. It's a lot of fun if you ever get a chance to see it. It's called Barefoot in the Park, and it's written again by Neil Simon, and it stars Jane Fonda and Robert Redford.
All right.
So that's a little bit about that park, and I actually spend a lot of time, well, both in Central Park. I got to admit, I've spent many hours in Central Park over the years, but this one's like a real neighborhood park for me. So I often spend a lot of time in this little park called Washington Square Park. It's actually in an area of New York here in the Village where it's NYU, New York University, owns a lot of the buildings around the park, and a lot of the school buildings are all in this area too. So it's almost like the campus. The park is almost on the campus of New York University. So that's enough about a little bit about New York from me for today. I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much for that tour of the Big Apple. Now it's time for the Q&A session, and this is where we'll have our panelists offer out questions. They're generally, I would say almost always, about ONPASSIVE. They can be true or false. They can have one answer, or they can have a multiple choice, whatever our panelists so desire. And we'll say a few more hellos after the Q&A before we go into the community time, if that's all right, Lynn. All right. So let's start this ball game off. Let's batter up will be Carmela Schwartz. Batter up. May we have a question, please?
Okay. I have one question about the oat trim. The question about the oat trim is, when you shorten the URL oat trim, what is the doing for you, and what is special about it?
All right, so by trimming a URL, what does that do for you? And what's so special about trimming a URL? Good question. All right, let's go to the attendees in the chat, and let's get some answers here. Karina is here, as is Michael Chatta, and Ann McLemore is here as well. All right. Let's check for answers to Carmela
Hi, Karina.
Fire's question.
She says, hi, Lynn and Rob. Hi, Karina.
Hello, Karina.
So let's see you guys answer this question.
All right. What's so special about O-Trim and what does it do for you?
Right. But we're waiting for our first few replies. All right. And Brenda is the first to reply. And she says,
It makes the URL more attractive by not being long. Excellent answer. Well, I don't know if that's the correct
so
answer.
if you think about it, when you see these very, very long links, they're very unappealing and many people don't trust them and will not click on long links. So making it shorter and more attractive is a big plus. And we have a response from Karina Lance. She says,
It makes it short, so it's easier to send.
that's true. Have you ever tried to send a long link and you find that it truncates, it separates, and then it's no longer a viable link? So shortening that link makes it much more easy to know that the recipient will actually get the full link, not a truncated link.
That's good.
Thank you very
Good
much.
add on there to that. And from Mayur, he says, O-Trim is to make the link shorter.
Yes.
True, very true,
So
very true.
what are the benefits of shortening a link, Mayur? What is good? What happens when you shorten a link? What are the advantages? Thank you. And let's go ahead and continue. And we have Sina.
Sina says, trim the long URL, shortening and track it. Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
There's a benefit right there, Carmela. Track it.
And from where the link clicks are from, which browser or which device.
Wow. There's a lot to O-Trim.
Wow. Good one, though.
Excellent question. You had no idea how good that question was, did you? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
And we have Ann McLemore. She says, the shortened link is easier to remember for me. Good one. That's also another one. You can actually, if you custom trim it, you will actually can memorize it without a problem because you're choosing what you want to call that link. So that's a very, very good one. We now have
someone said, Irena says, O-Trim attracts URLs created by registered users and accesses their location. Very good. Very true. And let's see. Who else? And according to David Lavelle, I sure needed that product. So he must have some links that are a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, it's good that
kind of like that. These eyebrows. If I don't get a trim on the eyebrow, they get a little too out of hand.
And Mayur says it makes a brand name. In other words, he's saying shortened links or custom links, especially custom links, can brand your company and brand yourself. This is a very powerful function of the O-Trim.
That's true.
And Sina says you can modify the link name. This is true. By using the custom URL section, you can definitely call the link anything you want it to be called. That's very powerful.
I've got to say what Antoinette said, even though it's not part of the question.
Big Dega?
That's like Dega. Sorry. She heard that Pedro talking about Gaithersburg. Well, she's not far from you. She's in Germantown.
Ooh.
And you guys are almost neighbors there, brother.
That's nice.
I spent some time in Germantown for about 4 months. Yeah. That's when my apartment building was being renovated. I had to move somewhere.
What did you say, Pedro?
It'll be easy to meet. Oh, yeah. We'll meet in person, no doubt. Appreciate that you mentioned that. Germantown is 15 minutes away from me. My sister lives there.
All right, beautiful.
All right, it's a beautiful area too. A lot of trees. I know Germantown. All right, Franz says it makes my email more professional.
In other words, when he sends email messages with links in them, it looks much, much more professional when they are short or custom links. That's a good one.
Smart.
Frank Rosso's It's easier to send links out to prospects when they're either shortened or custom links. That's true.
And you mentioned what happens, you know, if you don't get the whole link, it truncates and it splits up, and then
Messy.
you got nothing.
Yeah, if it truncates, it separates itself, then it's no longer a viable link. And Clover Kelly says, OTrim shortens your links. Very good. This is what OTrim is all about. You're right.
And Armin Hogue says, do you think the long link in the future will be trimmed automatically?
No.
Oh, I don't think so, Armin.
No.
The long link's going to have to, there's going to be a need forever for OTrim.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
And Brenda responds to David's comment about, I sure needed that product. And she says, you can get it for free. This is true.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is go to RobLynnLive.ai.
That's right. And Melanie Marcano says, trimming the long URL makes it more trustworthy and more efficient to send to your customers.
Look at all these answers you're getting there, Fire.
Yes, and Mayur in India says tracking, and they can see which city the person is in.
True. Very, very true, Mayur.
And we have, Melanie says it's less complicated. And Mayur says using OTrim, you can market that location also. Very good.
That's true. Good idea.
Awesome.
Good idea. Okay, I think that just about does it for the answers. Carmel, are you satisfied with these answers?
Yes, I do. It seems that people use the OTrim and try it and know all the benefits they got from the OTrim. The OTrim have a lot of benefits, and one of them is it's make a research. Where is your location of your people that you work with, and it can help you with your business.
All right. Well, thank you, Carmela, for that question. Let's go over to Mel. Mel, could we have a question from you in Canada, please?
Yes, that's for sure. Okay. 1 second. Okay, what are the upcoming products posted in the OES back office? The upcoming products. There's 4 of them. Please name them.
Are they in the OES or the O-Founders back office?
Oh, it's in the OES back office where we go to,
Yeah, all right, thank you.
All right, so Mel's question is, there are 4 products. Upcoming product. I was getting to that, Lynn. Thank you very much. And what else can we say about it?
What are the 4 upcoming products?
Correct. What are they?
That are in the OES. You'll see it there.
Okay.
How many know without looking? That's the question.
I don't. So let's, that's a great question, Mel. So let's see what our attendees have to say. Shall we?
Yep.
We shall. All right. So there's 4 products upcoming. What are they? And they are located in the OES on the left side.
Doris Ann says, I'm having a problem with copying and pasting in the long URL. Any solution? It used to work well, but I think what it is, it's a little glitch where you have to, if you want to paste, you have to do Control-V on your device. You can't use the when you go to edit, there's a paste. You go to edit and click on paste. That won't work. You have to do Control-V in order to paste. Control-C, it works, but Control-V, you have to do it by typing Control-V, 2 keys. Try that and see if that does the trick. I think that was the issue for some people, or for everyone, actually. All right?
All right. We've got some answers coming in. Lynn, if you take it away, please.
Okay, we have answers, and we have, hi, Armin. Frank Rose says, O booking, O create, O bless, O domain. And we have Sina saying, O mail, O net, O trim, O tracker. So these are the future products, not the current
Yeah, not
products.
the current ones, please. The future ones.
And Sharita says O verify, O domain, O create, and O bless.
Ooh, that's some pretty good answers there.
Mayur says O tracker and O verify.
I know that's 2 of them.
Yeah, so 4 of the products coming up. Sina says O bless, O domain, O pal, O verify.
Oh my goodness.
Brenda Ross says O mail, O net, O connect, O tracker.
All right, and over to France, who says O booking, O bless, O create, and O domain. He's on his game for sure.
And Karina says O create, O bless, O domain, O booking.
No, you go, girl. Karina. Good answer. Good answer.
Anne says, awesome, then I will try that later. Yeah, let us know. Keep in touch and let me know if it works. It should be fine.
All right. Moving on with some more answers, if we may.
All right, we're waiting.
Come on, guys. Let's have some more answers. What are the 4 products or solutions that are mentioned as future products? And here we go with Legdega. And Legdega from Germantown says, O bless, O verify, O tracker, and O domain. Good answer.
All right, any more answers?
Let's have it. Bring some more answers. We'd love to hear them if you know of any other than the 4.
We'll stay in touch, Anne. All right, I think that's it for guesses.
All right.
Let's go and find out.
Here we go.
Okay.
And what say you, Mel?
Yeah.
Mel.
Some of you got it right. I didn't know it myself. So, O bless, O booking, O create, and O domain are the 4 upcoming products mentioned in the OES back office.
It's O domain, O bless,
O booking,
O create,
and O booking.
booking. Gonna book our own traveling. What do you think of that? Kickback City. Yes, we'll get this.
O desk and O staff.
They're coming too.
O verify, O domain.
They're coming too. All right, let's go over to the one and only Pedro J. Estrada Saladas. Have you got a question for us, brother?
Yes, I do. Question is, what is the realistic, likable IT marketing business model that characterizes ONPASSIVE?
Pedro, if you could repeat that. I was halfway in between liquid and no liquid. So repeat that, would you?
What is the name of the realistic, likable IT business marketing model that characterizes ONPASSIVE?
That's a little bit more difficult than the others. All right. So what is the model that identifies as ONPASSIVE in the media? Is that a fair?
That is correct.
All right. So what in the media clarifies what ONPASSIVE's model is all about? So let's go to the attendees and let's get some answers.
Have you read the answers?
Okay, here we go with Sina, who says it's an AI software company with a huge heart and with the aim to uplift humanity. Mel says humanity. France says business with heart.
And 1 second, let me interject. So those of you, I see some people trying to come to the panel now. Just letting you know, we are still doing the panel Q&A. So when we announce community time, then come in with with the speaker link. Okay, not now. So if you happen to pop up on the speaker, as a speaker, I'll just quietly move you to attendee. All right, because the community time will not start for. So just go and read in the attendee section until we announce community. Thank you.
And Karina, high tech. And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
John, can you keep muted? Because when you're unmuted, it causes a buzz. Make sure you stay muted. Okay?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was unmuted. I don't know how I did that. I think I was.
Okay, you're fine. You're muted now. Thank you. You're good.
Sarijit says business with heart and uplifting humanity. Charmaine says SAAS as a model business. Oh, good answer.
Let's go scroll.
More answers. We had Karina's answer of AI technology, AI software is Tina's.
Oh.
And then Mel says humanity.
Okay, remember panelists, you got to keep muted, okay? Try not to unmute until you're speaking. Thanks. Franz says business with heart. Melanie says humanity. Let's see if we've got any more answers to that. John Barilla says humanity. Aya said, you read Brenda's already.
I did not.
Okay.
And Brenda said AI company with heart, integrity, and uplifting humanity. And Ann McLemore, 3 Hugs, says AI business solutions with heart. Good answer. And let's see. I think we had Srijit already. Let's go up a bit. And I think that was it.
Let me see if there are any more at the end.
Okay.
Carmela says AI with heart.
True. Correction against corruption in humanity, according to Sadananda.
Any more responses?
I think that was it on the guesses. Let's go back to Pedro. What's your answer, Pedro, please?
Well, someone really caught the question. The model adopted and is ideal and realistic is the SaaS model. And it stands for software as a service or software as a subscription, either one. And it's ideal and likable because anyone that is affiliated with it will be more positive when talking about ONPASSIVE. This was a great move that was done by management. No doubt Mr. Mufara had the idea to identify ONPASSIVE as a SaaS model in the internet world. So very grateful for that.
Thank you.
All right. A great question and a great answer. I believe it could be time to go over to Mr. Jean Barilla for a question, please.
Okay. All right. There we go. Waiting for my mic on my slow computer. Anyway, that's the same thing happened to me the last time. One of my questions came right up at the beginning about OTrim, but I'll still mention it before I ask another question of some of the questions I have. I'm going to mention it because nobody really mentioned specifically in their answers, because there were more than one possible answer about OTrim. But my question was going to deal with what OTrim really does is not just it's neat, it's professional, and all those things we heard, but OTrim, it maximizes the potential of your brand or your branded links. So in other words, it's a very important tool in branding you, which is a very important thing for us in ONPASSIVE, to be a brand and have a brand. So I must mention that as that could have been an answer, but that was one of my questions too. So I'll go on to another question. This one's kind of fun because it's not really a technical answer, but just today, I believe, and I think it might have been on a Comfort's shows, but Mike Ellis was one of the guests, and he's asked a question, or he talked about something. What is the potential number of sales, not customers, with ONPASSIVE? Sales, not customers. Potential number of sales with ONPASSIVE. And to make it a little easier, I'm going to give you a multiple choice. He said the potential number of sales, not customers, with ONPASSIVE is either A, 10 trillion sales, not customers, or B, 20 billion, or C, 1 million possible sales, not customers. So what do you think? According to Mike Ellis, what do you think he said?
Okay, could you, let's see, this would be a good time for the presentation board or share, but that's okay. You said 1 million, 10 trillion. What were the other two?
Yeah, I'll go again. It's A is, this is, again, it's number of sales, not number of customers, number of sales. And it's A, 10 trillion sales, B, 20 billion sales, or C, 1 million sales.
All right, let's have some more answers in the chat.
Sales.
It looks like everybody's saying 10 trillion. Armin says 10 trillion. Franz says 10 trillion. Frank Rose says 10 trillion. So does Sadananda. Everybody said 10 trillion.
Let me go back up. Okay, let's start from the first.
Wow, first one, they're all 10 trillion.
Okay, so
either they watch
Armin,
Comfort
yeah.
or they're guessing.
Armin, okay, these are the folks that said 10 trillion. Armin, Melanie, Aseta, Irina, Sina, Karina, Frank Rowe, Franz Marcelin, Sadananda, Armin, Terija,
All right.
Brenda Ross, Isabel Bailey, Carmela Schwartz, and Clover Kelly. So everybody
agrees that it's 10 trillion. Everybody either watched and listened to Mike Ellis or they're guessing. So what is the correct answer, please, Mr. Barilla?
Yes, now this is interesting because whether they listened or not, that's not the answer. The answer is 20 billion. Now you might say, what do you mean 20 billion? Well, here's the thing. There aren't 20 billion people in the world. How could that be? Well, here's the thing. Mike said this is potential sales, not people or customers, because there aren't 20 billion people in the world. What he's saying is 20 billion sales because it's going to be over a period of time. So that even though that's more than people than we have, that's the number of potential sales with ONPASSIVE as we go ahead in the future. That's interesting because I thought people would choose the 10 trillion. But no, that's not what he said. He's talking about sales, not customers, and the potential is 20 billion sales. Think of that number. Think of that huge number.
Wow. All right. So the trillions was not the correct answer. It was B, 20 billion. And that was my answer, to tell you the truth. And that's in the interest of transparency. That's what I thought. 10 trillion sounds like just that's off the chart. 20 billion sounds doable. That'd be 4 sales per person, which that makes sense. So 20 billion is.
Brenda Ross says, amazing.
Amazing. Sounds like apples will be flowing directly.
And then Irina put a lot of 20000000000B. And Isabel Bailey wants to clarify that she said B. Very good, Isabel.
All right, Isabel.
And
good question.
Nobody said. Nobody chose 1 million. You know, I mean, I figured that's a low number if you think about it. When I just put that in there, 1 million, you think that's a big number, but no, 1 million sales, that's nothing,
Very good. And Surinder Singh has a thumbs up and fire there. Michael Chata says mind blowing. And Brenda Ross says, love me some apples. Ha 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 ha. Karina says, LOL, Rob, but we are off the chart. Everything we do is off the chart.
Cherry. All right. Well, I believe we've got time for one more question from everybody. Does anyone want to go first with their question?
And Brenda said, we have probably already sold 1 million, meaning there's been at least 1 million purchases by now, Brenda says. That's a good point.
Yeah.
And we have Melanie with her hand
Melanie,
up.
Mel has her hand up. Let's lay a question on us, Mel.
Okay, so that is an easy one. In the ONPASSIVE, not OES, but ONPASSIVE, how you call it? ONPASSIVE, oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I grew up brain fat. Okay, in the ONPASSIVE background, actually, I would say, it's not OES, but ONPASSIVE. I'm trying to get the right name, but late hours brain, sorry. In the About Us section, it says we are operating in some IDE country. There's a number. Okay, I just want you to name that number. Country. We are operating in a set number countries, unleashing the power of AI globally. Could you name that number? Or could you say how many countries that we are operating in? ONPASSIVE, I'm talking about.
All right. So how many countries is ONPASSIVE operating in? All right. So that's the question from Mel.
Karina says, Melanie said brain fart. I have those.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, here the guesses are coming. Carmela says 220. Gregory Hill 210. Get those guesses coming. Go, go, go.
How many countries is ONPASSIVE operating in at the current time? Wait a minute. Is Sina going to name them all?
Sina says India, US, Dubai, Singapore, Egypt.
She's talking
about
offices.
the offices, but we're talking about how many countries is ONPASSIVE operating in. In other words, how many people from all these different countries, you know what I mean? The people, the countries itself that affiliates and customers are from.
So Karina says 209. Sadananda says 220. 248 according to Irena. And according to Karina, she says 209. 248 from Irena.
All right, and Sina says 220. So we're all kind of guessing in the 200s, right? And Brenda says all of them, LOL. I don't know how many countries. Great question.
Good question, Mel.
Srijit.
Srijit saying that was the name of the 5 countries where the offices are. And all of them, according to Brenda. All right, all of them. Carmela Fire says 200 plus.
Hello, Sanjay.
Sanjay is here saying hello to his friends. Hello, Sanjay.
Keep those guesses coming.
Thank you for being here.
That's just a number. How many you think? How many countries?
Yeah. How many countries are we operating in as ONPASSIVE? Let's have some more guesses. Please. Could we have a guess, please? I think that's it. All right. Well. Frank Rose says 109. Ooh. Let's see. First boy says 109. What say you, Mel?
And we have Legdega saying 196.
196, Legdega says.
Good guesses. I think that's it for guesses.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, in the onpassive.com, still cannot get the website. This is what I was struggling to remember. Oh my goodness. In the ONPASSIVE website, in the in About Us section, it says operating in 190 plus countries. And Legdega was the closest so far. But the other people who said 200 plus, that's pretty close. But it says operating in 190 plus countries.
All right, 190 is the correct answer. That is cool. That's a lot of countries, a lot of dialects, a lot of customs.
And Irina says there's 195 countries in the world. And Armin says over 200 countries. Mayur says 212 countries. So
212 was the original number that Ash gave out.
yeah.
But I think that included some suburbs, so to speak.
And Armin says, oops, he meant to say over 190.
190
countries.
sounds good to me. Good question, good answer. Mel.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned this. Yeah, good guesses,
Yep,
you guys.
good guesses. Thank you, everybody. And now let's go back to Pedro. Pedro, have you got another question for us?
Yes, sure. Just before I ask the question, I like to mention that the previous question about the ideal model adopted by ONPASSIVE is appropriate because and is realistic because the MLM model is based on how fast you can get more customers, because many will be departing. And so if they lump us into that category, we are not that about that. We're about software, producing software, ideal solutions. And so that's why it's ideal that the company adopted the SaaS model for ONPASSIVE. And we should remember that. That's what we have to hammer when we talk about ONPASSIVE. This is a software company. This is an IT company. It's creating software solutions for the internet. It's a strong point. Anyway, the question, how will each of the activated ONPASSIVians will fund their account? In what way will they be able to pay for their subscription?
I'm muted again. I'll be dog dippity dard and tired, tarred and feathered. All right, let me get back to this and say, Pedro, your question is, I got the how many part. Please, could you elaborate?
Yes, we know that we are early subscribers of ONPASSIVE products. So we, as everybody else, will have to pay for a subscription. How is it going to be funded? Is it going to come out our pockets every month or every 3 months or whatever? Or how is it going to be funded?
All right, now I got the question. All right, so going forward, how will the pay-to-play or paid-for products be funded? Will they be funded from commissions? Will they be funded from writing a check or using our debit or credit card or crypto? Did I get the gist of it that time?
Got it, yes.
All right, thank you. All right. That's the essence. So let's move on. Let's see what up. Here we go.
Let's go scroll up.
There's already answers to the question.
Let me scroll up.
Okay, scroll up, scroll up. You're going the wrong direction. Thank you. I think. Okay, let's see. From profits, according to Irena. Commissions, according to Karina. Isabel says commissions. Commissions indeed, says Michael Chatta 444. France from Ocala, Florida says 444. Says from commissions, and commissions earned according to Mel. Dega says commissions, as does Srijit. Frank Rose says commissions. Sina says commissions. And according to Sarananda, ONPASSIVE is subscription model product company on the commission basis. There you go, another commission answer. And Armin Hoke says 7 days before money enters your wallet, they take it first. All righty, that's a good answer, Armin. Commissions, according to Mr. Barilla, and Clover Kelly says commissions. Well, Pedro, looks like everybody thinks it's commissions. What do you say?
Let's see if there's
That is the correct answer. And just
Great.
to elaborate a little bit, before we can withdraw what is in the wallet, the commissions are deducted. Our subscription is paid by the commission, so it's deducted of the total. We can withdraw the rest. We cannot withdraw the whole thing. The AI knows how to do this. We don't have to guess how it's going to be
Right.
done. AI knows how to. It's going to take a portion that is going to be allocated for paying for our subscriptions.
So the commissions is the right answer, wouldn't you say?
It is.
All right, Pedro, thank you for that question. As we continue in round 2, we're going to complete this round, and then we'll go to the community chat after we say a few hellos. Carmela Schwartz, bring it, Miss Fire. What have you got for
Hello.
another question?
Hello again. This is a short question. What is the rule of the O tracker?
what is the rule?
The rule of O Tracker? Do you mean having something to do with who can
What is-
purchase it, or?
What is the O tracker benefit?
That is a good one. Good one. All right. So Carmela's question is, O Tracker. What does O Tracker do?
Yeah. How does it help us?
How will it help us? How will it help the planet, I would say. So let's go to the attendees and let's catch some answers here. Well, Sina says it's a tracking website. That's a good answer
It tracks the website.
right. And Mayur says, I'm marketing your brand. That's a good answer.
Okay.
And let's look and to track the customers, according to that's Isabel. Okay, need some new glasses here. Thank you. And Isabel says to track the customers. That sounds like an O Tracker job for me. All right. And any other answers, everybody? Come on now. There's almost 60 of you here. Brand marketing solution, according to France. All right, France, that's a good answer. And according to Sadananda, track your website by HIT with a map.
A heat map.
A heat map.
H-E-A-T, heat
Oh,
map.
heat. Okay.
That's true.
Tracking prospects, according to Frank Rue.
Tracking prospects.
Yeah. Analyzing your interactions.
Visitor interactions.
And visitor experience and heat map, according to Sina.
Okay, let's try that again. Analyze visitor interactions, improve user experience, and the heat map. Those are all characteristics of O Tracker. Thank you. And Patricia Green says, we will know where the sales are coming from, and we will be able to save money in our advertising if we choose to use it. Melanie says, O Tracker tracks the customers wherever they are around the world with a heat map. It's like a fish finder, said Armin.
All right.
Melanie says, it also produces a report using analytics.
Ooh, we like that one.
And Shrija says, you'll get a good analytics of your website when you manually insert the tracking code. You'll be able to see the heat map.
Ooh, doggies, that's a good answer, Srija.
To track customers. Says
All right, Dega, thank you.
Very good. Awesome.
Well, all righty. I believe it's time to go back to, that was Carmela's question. Go back to Carmela, and what say you about O Tracker, woman?
O Tracker optimizing the performance of your website provides the ability to make the best decision from the data received to build the better digital experience for your customers.
Very nice.
All righty. Great answers by everybody and a great answer by Carmela. All right, John, you're going to wrap it up for us tonight at 9:42. If you've got one other question, we'd love to hear it, sir.
Sure, and let's go to a fun question for the final one instead of a technical question. Okay, all right. Now, I believe that Mohammed Nazal would be responsible for this particular thing I'm going to ask about. Now, everybody knows we have a logo, right? It's a circular thing, and it has a lot of nice colors and shapes in it. You know, everybody knows our ONPASSIVE logo, right? Okay. Well, now think of that logo. However, if you have looked at the ONPASSIVE official website or any group in any social media that's an official ONPASSIVE group, and this was also in Twitter and, for example, in LinkedIn, you'll see what I'm going to ask you. What is featured on the latest ONPASSIVE logo? Just recent, as of like today, I think. Something is featured on our logo that was not there before.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Barilla. His question is on the new logo that appeared today, as in 6th of December. What is that additional item that appeared on the logo?
And Brenda says, thank you, panelists. Ananda says, so loving your Q&A roundtable, Q&A in session. He's enjoying it. That's good. Karina says, the Burj Khalifa.
All right.
Regis says, tracker is good for fishing for your customers. Yeah.
All right.
And Tina says, as is my professional pic.
All right.
Oh, is as in my profile pic, she's saying.
Oh.
Just hinting there.
Oh, tell me that's not that guy. Is it that guy? All right. And Brenda Ross says Santa hat.
All right.
Tina says Santa. And I think Cena may be onto something.
Catherine Friesen. Hello, Catherine. She says a Christmas tree.
All right. Could it be a Christmas tree?
Keep those guesses coming. Any more guesses?
All righty, John. That's it on the guesses. Irena Steksala says Santa. Very nice.
Santa hat is added there, says Surijit.
Thank you, Surijit.
And Mayur says Santa hat, right. And Karina says Santa hat. This Christmas Day, Sadananda responds to C.
Good. Good the way around. Who had that question? John Barilla. Go to John, and what's the answer on that? I think everybody got it right.
Okay, my camera is acting up kind of slow, so let me get to it before I disappear. Yes, that's it. It's a cute little Santa cap right on our logo. If you could see it, it's just so cute the way it's off to the side. It's Santa's cap.
Yay.
All right, great answer. It looks like everybody was pretty well spot on with their answers on that.
Isabel says, I didn't see it yet. And Angela says, hi, Clover. And Clover says, Santa hat. Brenda Ross says, ho, ho, ho. It's Christmas every day with ONPASSIVE.
Cheerio, no doubt about it. That's true.
Lovely comment.
Well, all righty. We've reached the end for now of our Q&A. And we hope all of you attendees enjoyed it. We hope all of you panelists enjoyed it as well. I think it was fun. Now I'm getting in the picture as directed by our executive producer.
Good job.
All right. So let's do this. Did you want to get a picture before we go to community chat of the panelists and us?
Okay.
Or no?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, I thought so.
Okay, so let us do that.
All right, there's the panelist, and here we are. And away we go with a smile.
That's nice.
Excellent picture, everybody.
Wow,
I
that's
think
really
that's going to be a one taker.
Very nice.
That's a one taker. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Very
We
good.
need more of those.
Very nice.
Instead of the ones with 4 and 5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it from here for the Q&A. Now, without further ado, talk about community time, would you?
Yes, so now it is community time. It's your chance to come and join us on the panel. Very casual discussion, chat, get to know each other, socialize, laugh, learn, and all of that combined. So in order for you to come to the panel, you can say me in the chat. But I've sent quite a few speaker links to folks who are regulars here. So if I didn't send to you, let us know and write me in the panel, in the chat. So come along, come on down.
All right. I'm going to get my coffee and go to the office so I can be the moderator in a more comfortable chair.
All right.
I might add.
All
Thank
right.
you. See you guys in a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Anne, for joining us. Sorry you got to go, but we all have our lives to lead. Thank you for spending time with us. We appreciate you. Great. Finally, John B, says Irena. And Brenda says, good night, everyone. As always, a great RobLynnLive. Thank you for hanging out with us, Brenda. We appreciated your comments. And we have a thank you from Lake Dega. Thanks, RobLynn, and thanks to all the panelists. Clover says, thanks to all the panelists. That was fun. I'm glad it was fun. That's the whole idea. We want you guys to enjoy yourselves. Take care, Karina. Karina, have to go. Bye-bye, everyone. Love you all. Love you all. Wait. Thank you, Lynn and Rob. And Greg Hill says, 58 here. Hope all make it over to the next family chat. Yeah, I hope so too. All right, go ahead and say me in the chat if you want to come over.
Send me the link.
I did already. All right. Let us see. Okay, Pat, you got to say good night. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. France, thanks to all the panelists. Great show and questions. Thanks for that, France. It's very kind of you. And Melanie says, thank you all for your encouragement. Am I missing anything? Wonderful Q&A, says Michael Chata. Thank you. All right, thanks to all the panel. Okay, I think we got all the chat so far. So let me type in the chat. Come to the panel. All righty. We've been here for about almost 2 hours. But this is the time to just enjoy each other, laugh, talk, shoot the breeze, as they say. If anyone here wants to start off with saying comments first, you can. Just let us know.
Okay. Sorry.
Rob was yawning now.
Yeah, I really love the roundtable talk. It's enjoyable, it's engaging, and it's fun. And it's a way to learn as well, because certain questions we ask, we don't really know the answer except we look it up.
Right. And
I'm enjoying
says, thank you. He says, thank you, #RobLynn, and all the panelists for this amazing Q&A session. So Srijit enjoyed himself. All right, anybody want to come down? I hope so. I hope there's more people want to come in.
Gregory's here.
Oh, yay, Greg. Glad you're here, Greg. There's a lot of buzzing from your device, John. I don't know why. You don't always have the buzzing, but there's buzzing tonight.
Well, I noticed when I had my mic off, you've got that clicking thing happening all of a sudden again. But I'm trying to keep mine off when I'm not speaking. I don't know why it buzzes. I can't hear it, of course, when it's buzzing. So.
Thank you. All right. More Q&A, please. Sarananda wants more Q&As. tonight.
Huh.
He's enjoying it.
Well, all right. Put the questions in the chat. You good?
Oh, you guys want to ask questions like Sadananda? You can ask the panel questions too. You know, we always allow for that. We can ask you questions, but you guys can ask us questions too as well.
I have a question.
Okay.
What is the payment processor in the ONPASSIVE OES? The payment processor, what is it called? When we're processing our payments, there's a name. Yeah, like in marketplace, when we are processing our payments, there's a name.
Anybody know it offhand? It's in the OES, in the updates. I didn't memorize it though. Does anybody know offhand? All you gotta do is go into
Can
the
you
OES.
repeat, please, your question?
Yeah, what is the payment processor called? The one that we use to process our payments. It's in marketplace. When you're going to payments and you go to hit your credit card, it comes up. I'm hoping I'm right, but that's what I saw.
Okay, so this is a question for our viewers. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like everyone else. so I'm learning too. So
okay, let's see if anybody knows. And Irena asked, how many do we have as of now? In the meantime, right? So you guys heard Melanie's question. What's the name of the new payment processor that ONPASSIVE is using? What is the name of the payment processor? And Sadananda says DMCC Dubai payment processor. DMCC Dubai. And Irena says that could be. You guessing, folks. You can look it up by going to the OES if you like. Frank Rose says FNCIA tax pack. FNCIA tax pack. And Irena asked, how many links do we have as of now? And then Sina responded, 49. And Legdega says trading stack DMCC. Trading stack DMCC. Waiting for more guesses or more responses. Irena said 49. Oh no, Sina says 49. And then Irena says, Santa is coming to your town. That's cute. Sina said 49. And Sanananda, as he crosses his fingers, this is emoji. Any more guesses? Yeah. Mel's question, what's the name of the new payment processor? I think that's it. I don't see any more guesses. It's kind of paused.
okay, so I'm hoping I'm right. That's why I said in the beginning, I throw it out just so we all can learn. I think the DMCC is one of the payment functionals and one of the payment functions that you can use. But I think it's Overia that is the payment processor. When I go to Marketplace and I was about to put my credit card in, it says paid by Overia. It's spelled OAES. EOVARA, somewhat like that. So I was hoping anybody else could catch it like me, but I think that's the payment processor's name. Overia or Averia. And then the other things are the payment options, that different ways you can pay in. TMCC, F, whatever it's called, and the others. If I'm right, I don't know. That's a good one for us to learn, all of us, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it the one associated with UK, with the United Kingdom?
Was that Pedro?
Yes, I think it's coming from the United Kingdom, from the UK, I think. Is it?
Yeah, I think it's called Averia. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw, but I'm not sure if the spelling.
Hmm.
I think it's called
Yeah,
OConnect.
No, well, that's a method of how you can pay, but the payment processor itself, the one that they use, the main one.
It's a question for Francis, but he's not here.
Yeah, all of us could learn that one because I'm dying to know which one, which
Ask
is.
Francis next time. He
Let me
knows
check.
everything.
Let's see who's in attendees. I'm going to take a peek. Hmm. Anybody certain on that? I'm not really sure myself.
Yeah.
I really don't know the technical aspect. I don't. Anybody know in amongst the attendees? If you guys know, feel free to type that answer in there. Um. Oh, okay. Angela says Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I won't be able to watch Straight Talk. I will be at work. I will be late tomorrow for OConnect. For Friday and Saturday, I'm not sure right now. It's going to be very cold weather when I leave early in the morning. I'm not a fan of cold weather. Oh, sorry, Angela. Poor thing. Sina says maybe okay. So we're again asking for the name of the merchant processor, the one that handles the bank card payments. When we pay for OConnect with our bank card, there's a processor, a new processor. It's handling it.
We are going to have our own card. Don't you remember? Credit card.
Debit card, I think,
Yes.
in the future.
Isn't it a Mexican company? Isn't it like DMC something? It's a Mexican company. Payment processor's a Mexican company. I know that. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah. I think it's called Averia,
It's
something like that. I'm sure that's.
I think it's from the UK, but the money is being moved to a Mexican institution.
Yeah, I'm sure it's based in Mexico. I don't know about UK, I guess, but I heard I'm pretty sure Mexico is the processing company. I don't know.
Yeah, so the name Averia sounds more Spanish. Averia, something like that.
Yeah, because it says, we wish to inform you that all your transactions while subscribing to products from OES will be processed using Trading Stack DMCC from your bank account.
Yeah.
But it says you may receive an approval an approval message from FNCIA, Vencia Tax Pack, Mexico, in
There you
Mexican
go.
pesos, as it is getting processed through a Mexican merchant. This is the new
That's
gateway
it.
we are using.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Aurevia.
You gotta
Aurevia
unmute.
is the name.
You have to unmute. You gotta unmute. Oh, you're still. Uh oh. Okay, just come back in. So on the statements, when we purchase OConnect, the statement will say that Mexican, the Financia tax pack on it, the Mexican processor. Right, you guys?
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to check my invoice that I save on my desktop.
It is. I just don't know the name, but I'm sure it's the Mexican processor. It's a huge company.
And then it goes to DMCC, which actually is a government agency in Dubai. They're a government agency. So I don't know if they handle the banking end of it, you know, to where it goes from the processor to the bank. If so, that would be a good thing, because as we've heard in the past, there have been some issues. So
Yeah.
that would be a good thing. So having someone in Dubai finishing the processing process, DMCC, they are a holding company and a government agency in Dubai. I know that.
Okay, thank you. Great question. Made us put on our thinking caps, huh? Thank you, Mel. All right, anybody want to do another question for the crowd? We're also taking questions from viewers for our panel. If you have any questions at all, we're willing to help you with that.
Do we want to discuss at all what happened at OP360, or just let that one go till they do a recap tomorrow?
Well, to me, OP360 was really just a recap of the last week.
That's all it was. Right. That's correct. I didn't know if we wanted to go over anything that happened during the week, but I think most of the people here and most of the people as attendees with us are tuned into that, and they follow this stuff daily. So I think they're in pretty good shape. I guess my point is there was really no new information today that I can recall.
Right. There wasn't any new update or anything that was different. It was just mostly day by day, especially Red went day by day, anything that occurred, you know, and it's all stuff that we've all been paying attention to all week. So it wasn't anything like an update on anything. It's, you know.
Right. And he did.
They also, one thing though, they seem to, I used this word earlier today, they seem to intimate that even though we didn't see Ash today on OP360, that we may see him, even if it's not on 360, somewhere soon, even if it's somewhere else. I don't know what that means, but, you know.
Well, he would be welcomed with open arms. We'd all love to see him and hear from him and maybe get an update or two. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to good news. How about anybody here? I mean, I'm all about good news. I'm the good news guy.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'll say good news should come in time for Christmas.
The good news guy is Ash Mufara. You forgot.
No, I didn't forget.
The good news
forget. You think I forgot that Ash is the good news guy? I know he's the good news guy.
You invented it.
Remember, he said, it's all good news.
Yeah. So I was hoping today for some today's news today, but that being said, I can hang.
The news is coming. Ash Mufara is busy to bring it. So be patient.
Are you telling me
from my experience, whatever Ash Mufara promised, he does. So I believe him from the bottom of my heart, and I loyal to him from the beginning. And I still believe that he's going to surprise us. Boom kaboom.
Kaboom kaboom?
I thought it was fire.
That's bigger than an A-bomb.
Uh,
All right, I'm good with that.
I think we have questions in the chat.
Well, go ahead. Do you want me to read them, or are you going to grab them?
Frank said, "What is the warning in the back office of OES? What is the warning in the back office of OES?"
Okay. Are we supposed to answer, or the attendees?
I don't know. I don't know if he's asking us or he wants to ask others. Could you tell us, Frank, what you
Did you
mean by
say
that?
what is the warning?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is a warning in the OES.
In the update.
In the
Update
update.
section. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to look.
And another question from Sina is, who coined the name RobLynnLive Club?
I
No,
know
wait.
that one.
Oh, we know that one.
I'd like to answer the first one.
Okay.
Yes, the warning in the update section is not to use the same credit card more than 2 times
Per
the same day.
Within 4.
Yeah. Oh, Frank's
Or it
saying,
may be flagged as a fraud.
okay, so Frank
And
is
your
asking
card
for clarification
by
from
your
us,
bank.
the panelists. So we're explaining to Frank about what that warning means.
it says Pedro is right. Do not use the credit card more than once in one day. That's the flashing warning sign in the back office.
Oh, I think Angela says, I think she has a question. I didn't realize she's asking I think, Angela, are you asking the viewers or are you asking us? She says, what happened to Straight Talk today, Lynn? What happened during Straight Talk today? Is that what you're asking, Angela? Or what happened to our program? Could you clarify what that question is? And then Armin says, Ash Mufara coined the phrase, the RobLynnLive, also Ash dubbed Lynn Nakamoto as the treasure of ONPASSIVE. Isabel says, I hope before Christmas. Sadananda says, bomb will be burst by Ash that time. Jake G. House says hi to everyone. Hello. Okay, so Frank, well, yeah. So the question he asked was to us, two panelists. I think we answered him on that, hopefully. Gratitude, Mr. Ash Mufara from Michael Tata. More kabooms coming. Boom, baby, said Robert Riojas. Frank Rowe, correct answer. Oh, I guess he wanted to ask us and see if we knew the answer. I see. Okay, I got it. Don Swartcard says, don't use the credit card more than 2 times in the same day. And Armin says 2 per day per card. Armin says 10 cards means 20 purchases per day. Angela said, what happened to the program in RobLynnLive, the Straight Talk? Okay, so do you mean you want to know what we said? You're asking viewers what was covered in Straight Talk? Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to understand what you mean, Angela.
Maybe they missed it.
No, she was there. She was present.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's
I
why
can
want to
answer
know
that one. I was
what
there too.
what happened. Maybe she said, what was the program? Maybe, Angela, is that what you're asking people? You want people to say what was covered? Angela? I want to make sure we understand the question. I'm sure she'll clarify.
Would you like the title? I can give you the title.
I think she's asking viewers.
Okay, sorry.
Not us. I don't think she's asking
All right,
us.
I'll head to my room.
No, I didn't see you and Rob there. Oh, she missed it because she didn't think we ran it. We had it today.
Every day at noon, come rain, come shine, or 54 degrees, doesn't matter. We'll be
The
there.
link
See,
was
that's what I
posted.
thought. I thought she said she was missing it. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she said she was there. Anyway, we posted it in the back office. We posted it in our messenger group on Facebook, all over Facebook as well. Thank you, Sadananda. He says straight talk is our other inspiration. Thank you.
You know, people can know that if they don't see the link or for whatever reason, because it's in a lot of places, they can always just go to YouTube, and if they're subscribed to your channel or if they get notifications, just go to YouTube and you'll see it. You know, when the show's on, you'll see it.
The main thing is subscribe to RobLynnLive YouTube channel and be sure to click the all, because it says subscribe and then there's a drop down menu and you click all. That means you'll get notification of everything on our channel.
30 minutes before, if I might add. And if I may not add, still 30 minutes before. Am I right, Alice?
I saw Yeshua.
No, Angela says I was there. So what are you trying to ask, Angela? You were there, so you're wanting to ask people what? You want them to tell what? She was present. See, Angela Leland, I was there.
Well, she said before she must have done. Confusing.
So if you were there, why didn't you see Rob and I? You were in our live, right? In our straight talk, you were there? Because that's our show, so we were talking during straight talk. You didn't see us talking? I'm kind of confused. Maybe she'll clarify. If you don't mind. All right. Shall we keep asking the viewers questions, or shall we just shoot the breeze, just chat?
Melanie bring her hand up. Maybe she wants to say something.
Oh, here's her hand up. Sorry, Mel. Go ahead.
That's okay, Lynn. Well, Swijit, I think, is said to keep the Q&A going. So I want to ask, and I think most of us know, I think it's always fun, the Roundtable, because we are all learning and, teaching each other, helping. The last month that Ash cut the time for registration for the O Founders, the very last month that O Founders registration was stopped, meaning there were no more people to sign into O Founders or to become a funder, the very last month.
I know
Can
that
I
one.
answer? June.
June 22nd.
GR22.
Yes. Gregory, is it free for D and me or free? Which one? I was just bugging.
I thought it was June 23rd.
Yeah, I think it's 23rd. I think it was the 23rd.
Well, the last day was 22nd, so 23rd, but the last day was the 22nd, June 22nd. That was the last day.
Okay.
Right.
And it was
For
20
the
something.
22nd.
Yeah.
I remember because all the twos play a part on the date. It's a year 22 and
Okay.
I want to say something.
I remember sending a link.
He's here.
Hey, Sally. I remember sending a link to inviting to register, and I didn't realize. And when I checked who I had sent it to, when you opened that link, it said, "I'm sorry, you missed the opportunity," and all this. That must have been very shocking for the person that received it.
Yeah.
I want to say something. Ash Mufarah has a vision, and it took him 5 years to bring it to the world. In Israel, we have one man who called Herzl. He has also a vision to brought up Israel to come to a land. It took him 50 years to do that vision. 50 years at that time, 75 years ago. So look the difference between 50 years to bring a land to become a homeland from the Jewish people, to bring the world to become something altogether in 5 years. So I really appreciate Ash Mufarah. It's not a long time to bring such a big value, big, massive company to bring that to the top. We start from the top because other companies start from the bottom to grow up. We start from the top to another top, which is something incredible. And I really, really appreciate Ash with his vision, with the people he took to help him to promote it, and no more words to say.
Thank you for that, Carmela. Very nicely put. I'm chatting in the chat. Sorry, you guys. I was in the midst of chatting.
I think it was so brilliant for Mr. Mufarah to come up with the. It had to be something that had dwelled on him for a long time, having to see that many people just couldn't succeed online. There was no way. You cannot afford to do all this. You have to study a lot of things in order to put up something to be able to play a business on the internet. It takes so many resources, knowledge, money, effort. The average person couldn't do it. So that is where the love comes, the vision of seeing how can I use all the knowledge that I have accumulated and allow some people that otherwise they wouldn't have a chance to even play a part, to open the opportunity. Very, very ambitious dream, because it's against the whole world. Nobody wants you, the average person, to succeed. They want to go up, but they don't care what happens to the others. And so Mr. Mufarah was unselfish in that regard. He wasn't thinking, okay, I'm going to benefit from this. No, I'm going to see that everybody benefits from what I'm doing. And this can, if they caption the vision, this will help the whole world, because they will be ready to help others as they go along. And he opened up the right path, because he created a bunch of people. He attracted a bunch of people that were right-hearted in helping others. Okay, when that reached the limit, now he thought about, okay, the best way is to open up the opportunity for others too to become affiliates with great benefits. So in that regard, we are at the same level of others. We have the same opportunity because the technology is available. Sitting in front of a platform like we have today, being stable on my side, is being stable all along. And this is, I feel like, this is something that is mine. I know it's not mine, but it has become part of my routine. I can use it. I can, it's great. and I can tell others about it, how great it is. And it's going to be improved, stabilized, little glitches here and there, they will happen depending on your equipment. But if you have decent equipment, you have a great experience. And you have the ability to communicate better with others, family, and then business, of course. So great vision. That's why I have a lot of respect for the way he has unselfishly opened up the way for others to benefit. And the journey is being, I didn't capture the journey until halfway. I started back in December 19, and I listened to about the first three webinars when he would stay on for 5-6 hours. But the conviction that he had in his vision, it was so vivid that it would capture my attention. I just couldn't go away. 6 hours, can you imagine? That's a long time for a webinar. And somebody who is just getting into this, because I didn't know anything about internet business or anything, but somebody talking for 6 hours and can hold your attention, to me that was remarkable. I said, there is something here that I have to. So I did it about 3-4 times, and I said, but I never took action until maybe during the pandemic, at the end of the pandemic, when the numbers started to increase so dramatically. I said, well, even during the pandemic, he's creating this. I gotta start living this thing. What is going on? So my journey started there. They spoke about the journey. I didn't understand what a journey was. I said, okay, well, whatever they're thinking. But at that point, I started to pay attention. And it's been a ride. It's been a pleasant ride. And here we have something tangible, something to, the time has elapsed, but we have made a lot of progress. Here we are in the middle of the show. So I really appreciate all that.
I'm with you on that for sure. Let's go over to Mel, since I'm back in the moderation seat now that I'm drinking my coffee with the cream.
It was unintentional that my hands were sitting up there all the time. Oh my God. Yeah, Pedro made a good point, and Camila as well. I have learned a lot. I feel like I've graduated. Camila always said she's in university, but I feel like I've graduated from a lot of things. It's like mini programs, bigger programs, and I just feel more confident in myself. Even if we don't see the apples as yet, we know they are coming. And Asha's given us a great community home for us to get together under different roofs, I would say, because there's different lives. So each of the life represents a roof, and we all are taking turns, and we are teaching each other, we are learning. And I feel so warm when I'm on the live as well as when I'm in the attendees. I feel good because I know there's people around me, and we are all looking out for each other and helping each other grow. We are really holding each other by the hand, because the things that we are learning.
Okay.
Eh? Who said okay? Somebody said okay. So
you can. My husband didn't realize he was unmuted.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Keep talking. He was unmuted by mistake.
Yeah. So I was saying the things that we have learned and are still learning. We are really holding each other's hands, as Ash had mentioned, holding each other by the hand, and that's exactly what's happening. So it's good. It's all good, and I feel committed to be on the night after night after night, whether it's in the audience or on the live. Okay, on the panel, sorry. Thank you.
I want to hear Greg say something.
Okay. So as you all know, as I've said before, I kept the daily log as when I first became a founder back in November 29th, 2019. And I kept every day a log that when I logged in, the time I logged in, the day, and the number of people. And I did a lot of stuff in the back office, not the back office, but our ONET or whatever it was then. It's changed. But anyway, this is the log that I kept. And this is the very ending day. And you can see the very ending day, maybe. It was right there. It says 6:20. Well, okay, so 6:22 at 9:16 p.m. We had 1,452,489 founding positions. And then on the last, I got in the morning when I woke up, my last entry was on 6:23 at 7:24 a.m. We had 1,455,793 with a smile. So that was my last entry in all my paperwork. So I was done with that, so I put it in the drawer. But that's
wow.
So I just wanted to share that. That's all. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's
in some place
that was so cool that you had the idea to do it. I took action.
What was cool about it was COVID allowed a lot of people to have more extra time on the computer. Now, I didn't really like being at my home, and the COVID was the COVID. It was just another flu thing, and you just have to wash your hands. And I took a lot of vitamins and pills, and I never got it. I never took a shot. I don't care about that. And I got the COVID, but I only got a cold and blah, blah. But everybody stayed home, so they spent a lot more time in front of the computer, including myself. And so I was blessed by the fact that ONPASSIVE was growing during that time. So it gave me something else to do other than just sit home and twiddle my thumbs. There was no work really happening at that point. Nobody wanted to do anything, and everybody was all freaked out. So I just kept a log of it because I thought, well, I'm in for the long haul. 5 years, it's going to be launching. And of course, it launched way before that. And that's all I have to say. I just kept track of it, and it was fun. So it is kind of fun to look back. And I was just looking back at another note that I had done. And it was like from 1 year to the next. And it was actually, I guess you guys can still see me as I'm looking at the computer, but I'll open it up and look at it real quick here. But it said on June the 2nd of 2019, we had, it was on a Wednesday, the 3rd, of 2020, we had 86,744 people, and that was 8:30 a.m. So I compared it to the year later after that on the 21, and the time was at 5:46 a.m. and we had at that point over 500,000. Then we had 682,216 founding members, or founder accounts, as I put it. So anyway, it's just kind of fun to be able to look back, and I've posted these things before, and the old when we had before we moved over to the new OES, those kind of things, and I did countdowns of when the last few days were going to happen, and when we got to 1 million people. It really gave me something to do other than just worry about what's going on. So it was a blessing to me. ONPASSIVE was, and still is, to this day.
Can I ask you, maybe you have a record, how many people were when you started in November? Because I started in December. At least I signed up in December.
When I started, I don't have the exact. I didn't actually start the numbers till it was a couple weeks. But when I got started, November the 29th of 2019, there was about 50,000. It just turned 50,000 people, I believe.
Okay,
at that
thank
point.
you. Thank you. I thought it was like 60, 64 when I signed up at the end of December. But I'm trying to assess the right number so as to have a
Well, I
record.
do
I
have
thought
some other, uh, gifts that I made that actually use the numbers and show the numbers on certain days, and I can actually go to the details and find out what the numbers were on the day that I made the gift. So I could find that out, I suppose, for December 2019.
it would be a great thing to have. Just to talk later because it will be in history.
Yeah, I enjoy history a lot with ONPASSIVE. It's going to be a lot of fun over the next 5 years.
Yeah, this is so big that and being part of it is many people don't even have a clue what is going on, and we are here among educators, among artists, among ordinary people that with different trades or different occupations, hoping for the same thing, to find an opportunity to get ahead, but not just that, to be able to use your whatever you can to help others in different ways, in being more giving, kind, being likable, and even helping in whatever way we can. But we have the desire to do it. If we have the resources, it's possible to do it. Otherwise, it just stays with you. And you feel good if you have the good intention, but actually doing it is even more fulfilling.
It is, yes. It doesn't take money to actually have that happen to you in your life. You can help people without having money, but ultimate goals is, for me, would be to, like I've always said, is to use ONPASSIVE as a vehicle, live like a king on 10% and give away the 90%, and just do opposite of what God asks us to do. So that's my goal, and I'm hoping I'll be able to do that. Well, I will. It's just you have to keep that in mind always. And being able to help others is a wonderful thing. We all have the same color blood. I don't care about the skin color. We all, we all want this world to be a lot easier than what it is to live in, so we can, it's all about love. It's basically, and it who needs to have what goes on in this world, but I don't know what else to say. I'm not going to preach, even though I've done it for years. Not here, thank you. I'm a seed planter, but I am not one of those street preachers like my brother-in-law is, who, that's a strange story altogether. Because he's on Bend, Oregon. He's one of those guys that stand there on this corner and preach the gospel out loud. And that's a difficult thing to do, but you have to be a different kind of person to do that. And I'm not that kind of person. I played music, gospel music, for over 20 years, and I sang about it. I witnessed about it. But I'm just a seed planter. I'm not a harvester. And those are out there. There's those who harvest, and there are those who are planters. And so I'm just happy to be a planter. Like I'd be happy to be a street sweeper when I get there. So anyway.
We all have our strengths and our weaknesses, but doing the best with them is what it really counts.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's fun for me. I don't have a lot of money, but when I go to Safeway or something, I see somebody out there that's saying they need money, I don't worry about where it's going, because he says don't worry about when we give, and don't worry about where it's going or how they look or what they are wearing or whatever. Just give. You could be given to an angel. You have no idea. So it's I don't give a lot, but I give what I have at the time, and that's such a great feeling. So I can't imagine actually having a wallet in my back office that says you have $10,000. I'm going to go, well, how can I use this to bring God the glory and to help other people in this world? And there's no other program that's ever been on line that I know of that's out there to actually help humanity. And lifting up humanity, to me, is the most important reason why I'm here. That's how I feel about it.
I have asked myself the same question.
Mhm.
What if I
Greg,
have this amount of money? What would I do with it? Uh, I hope I do the best with it, as far as distribute it in the proper way, in a beneficial way.
Yes, it's a responsibility. The more you have, you have a lot more responsibility. So that is a scary thought, and it's kind of like there are going to be people here that will do real well, and we will see them not do so well in the future probably, and it will. I don't like to say this, but like for example, when they had the lottery in Washington State, the first lottery, it was for $1 million. 1 year later, what'd they do? They arrested a guy at a Safeway store who won the $1 million because he was broke, robbing the Safeway store. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to when the apples start to flow, but I also want to be. I know there are people that are concerned probably about, well, when I get this money, what am I going to do with it? And how do I manage this money? And what do I do with $5,000 a month or even $1,000 a month? I've never seen this before. So there's going to be, hopefully, there's going to be help for those who want to have that, and maybe webinars like this that would help other people know how to manage the money that they do have. So it doesn't ruin their life,
We got
because
the
money.
obless for that.
What's that?
We got the obless.
Well, that's is part of it.
We are going to have a big list of what people want to help for. For example, people like to help people that don't have water in Africa.
I'm already doing that. Yeah, I
Well,
like that idea.
or to help people that don't have food to eat. Or
Right.
most of the important things is to help children educated. Some people in the world don't have children educated because they don't have money to educate. We are going to have the product for us that
Oh.
can educate people.
OConnect.
Or academy.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to do many things from the ONPASSIVE outside to the world.
Mm-hmm.
With the product or with the commission we get.
Mm-hmm.
We have many opportunity how to help humanity to be a better place to be in.
But I just basically was saying that how to actually use the money that you're getting to know how to do that, and there needs to be guidance on that for some people, because some people just don't know how to do it. Whether we have OBLESS or not, or these other programs, they're going to need to know how to do this. There's a lot of people out there that want to steal that money, and so we want to make sure it goes to the right people. And of course, in the best way we can. Of course, like I said, God's got control of that.
I have a plan to help animals. Because I know many shelters in Israel for dogs, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I took myself 5 dogs from those shelters in my life.
Right.
And I was working in the veterinarian in the municipality in Israel. And I saw the dog sitting behind the I don't know the word. And like a prisoner, in a box.
In the cage, yes.
In a cage. And those dogs was, when I was coming in, they was jumping and ask me, begging, take me out.
Oh, yeah. I saw you join my website.
You have dogs, you can't go in. You cry when you go in.
Right. It's hard to do, I know. Definitely.
So I used to take dogs, and after 5 I said enough. There are other people in the world that can help dogs too, not only me.
Because they give a lot back.
But you have to take them to it's not only to take them and to feed them, it's to take them to the vet and to to do their life better. To take them and to just to feed them, it's not enough. It's like children, you know, you have to educate them, you have to give them from your time. It's like one of your family when you take a dog home.
Mm-hmm.
So to educate children from they are small to love animals in school or in the online, it's also a way to, you know, to help humanity to be a better place.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have only dogs in this world. We have many other animals that needs. They don't have a mouth to speak what they need. So we have to see behind ourselves the others, not only animals, the others that we don't see them because we too much busy with ourselves, so we don't see the others. You have to take out yourself from your on yourself to see what's going around you, be more aware, and that's what we can do in ONPASSIVE. We are sitting all together, we speak, we bring ideas to the table, and we help one to each other to do most of the most from blessing the world.
Yeah, that's a very lofty thought to help even our enemies. That is very good. I mean, that is outstanding. That is exactly what the education that we need to have what to do, because money can corrupt your mind very easily, because you can get greedy, you want to keep this whatever it is, and really it's a selfish thing to do, but using it the proper way is what we want to educate ourselves, and by seeing the example of others can help a lot. Mr. Mufar is an outstanding example. From the start, his plan has been that of practice compassion, love, and unselfishness. And that's what we need to always remember. Those qualities in a human being they are desirable.
Did Pedro go frozen? I think he froze. Are you there, Pedro? Look, he's not moving.
Pedro, refresh, please. You need to
Yeah,
refresh.
I'm here.
Oh, you froze.
I just stopped speaking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to express my admiration for Carmela's thought of helping even the enemies. That's one way to start changing the world. If you have the opportunity to do it, never let it pass. So, because you're becoming a better person.
Yeah, I have a non-passive question I would like to kind of maybe throw out there. We know that we're going to be receiving traffic eventually here. And one of the things I was wondering about was, I mean, many of you here that probably have been online, as myself, know about traffic co-ops possibly. And so I haven't heard that really spoken much of in the last 4 years that I've been doing this, but I would like to kind of know if there's anybody here has heard anything about traffic co-ops that people are going to start or be a part of, or because we can get traffic, but if we can all go together as a group and buy more traffic from ONPASSIVE, which I think we shall be able to do, would be kind of interesting. And so I was just wondering if you had any thoughts about that.
What is traffic co-ops, Greg?
I'm sorry?
May I ask what is traffic co-ops? Is that like the charity groups?
No, traffic, when we buy traffic to come to our websites, okay, the more traffic you get, traffic is the key to your becoming successful. If you don't have traffic, your website doesn't go anywhere. So we're going to get a certain amount of traffic from ONPASSIVE, of course, that's part of the deal. But to be able to buy extra traffic, I think I've heard this over before, and I was just wondering if anybody had heard about being able to buy extra traffic in the future here once we get going, like a traffic co-op. So you get 10 people together, they put in, let's say, $20, and you can buy a certain amount of traffic to come to your website.
That's a good thought. Never heard of it, but that's a good suggestion. Gesture.
Marty DeGarmo talked about the purchase of additional traffic for about 2 years, and then it's all of a sudden it's kind of died out as far as the thought. But quite frankly, I think the co-op is the way to go. I mean, you get more bang for your buck. $20 will only buy you so much, but $500 will buy you X amount. So,
right,
and that could be shared with other founding members or affiliates or even customers. If the customers wanted to buy traffic, I don't see why they would limit it to just founding members, affiliates. That might be a swaying point for a customer to become an affiliate right there.
right.
You want to grow a business right here? You
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen it yet, but now you're seeing us grow. Do you want to grow along with us? If so, subscribe.
Sure.
Good selling point, Greg, for sure. And
just wondering, that's kind of been my plan, is to, I'm sure that there's going to be somebody who's going to have a co-op, basically a traffic co-op. There will be. I'm not the greatest marketer in the world, that's for sure. That's why I'm part of OnPassive, because they're going to be Ash is the greatest marketer, and so but it hasn't been talked about yet. And I was just kind of wondering that I know of. I know I did hear Marty say it, like you say, a little bit about it a few years ago, but I haven't heard anything more about this. I think it's just because we got so much going on, and we're not to that point yet. But maybe this month, when we start getting things to change a little here, then that subject may come up again.
See, if the traffic comes the way they're estimating it, it's not just going to be 3 million. Everybody gets 1 or 1.5 or 2. Right. The way Ash has talked in the past, it's going to go viral, and viral to me means there's going to be 1 billion people in OnPassive before the end of next year. That's my gut feeling. I don't know that, but it could quite likely happen. If that happens, I don't know if there's going to be a need to buy additional traffic, to tell you.
Well, there may not need. It's like you used to say, it's 3 and it's free. Well, like I said the other night, one person with 10,000 people what do you need the traffic for?
Right.
So, I mean,
if these Magulus guys are what we keep hearing they are from Kamal and others, these guys are players.
Oh, yeah.
They're real players. I mean, they have 5 million followers in that region. Well, they got to go through somebody. Those guys are founders, but they may be willing to spread out the wealth. Who knows? Or Ash may work a deal out with the Magulus people. Well, I'll do this if you'll do that. I mean, there's all sorts of things within this business model that could happen.
Oh, yeah.
One of which is the buying traffic.
Right.
But quite frankly, I don't think the need will be there quite the way we think it is, based on the going viral. If we go viral, we go viral in the next couple of weeks, a month, we're on our way.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot's got to happen in the next couple of weeks. For example, the sale of the product. January 1st, we're all going to have to come up with funds to pay for the next subscription. And he's talking launching 3 more products within the next 30 days, 2 to 3 products. Now, the only way to pay for those in our situation, and I'm using Lynn and myself, is we get the commissions, because that was our goal, was to use the commissions to grow our business,
Right. Same
not
here.
not to pour more money in, because in my mind, we've done enough so far
Right.
when it comes to that. So I'm looking forward to that, and the sooner the better. I mean, if that happens, if the commissions start rolling in the next week or so, 2 weeks, we'll all be in a much better place. Not just, well, the combination. Anytime you have money coming in, it's a mental boost. It's a shot of adrenaline, and it doesn't matter whether you're working at CVS pharmacy, or whether you're digging a ditch. When you get paid, there's a shot of adrenaline, no matter how large or how small it is. And that's going to be the same with us, I feel. That's what a lot of founding members, founding affiliates are looking for and desirous of. And I think it's a good thing. It's not a
Well, of
bad
course.
thing, because adrenaline, positivity will breed more positivity within the organization.
That's right. It will.
So the faster the movement grows, the faster the people within the movement grows, the bigger this whole thing gets.
Well, when somebody says, "Hey, look at I made $100 this month," just that alone will start other people going, "Wow, really? That's the $1,200 a year. Wow. Well, I made 500. Wow, that's 6,000 a year." So and that the people will start to catch on to that and go, "Holy smokies, this is starting to grow," and that will create more viralism, as we call it, maybe, to go crazy, and the people to really start getting excited, and when they see it, a little bit of the apples happening. So that definitely, like you say, it will kick things off, and I know that's going to happen. And going viral, I don't know what really going viral means, as far as, is it 1 million people in 2 weeks? Could happen. I mean, it might wipe out our servers. I don't know, but we might have some troubles there. Who knows how that goes? But anyway, yes, once it starts to go in that way, where you're getting 100,000 people a day that are becoming founders, what the heck? I mean, that's a lot of people.
The key right now, going forward, is to get this server thing worked out.
Right.
Okay. If you can't accept business, in other words, take in a wealth of business, as you say, going viral is a ways off. If you start in the next week or two or the next month, where you can take in 1 million a day, that's where you go viral.
Right.
1 million a day, 30 million a month, 1 billion a year. See, that's the kind of growth I'd like to see for everybody here.
Oh, I think it'll happen, actually.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
And Rob, I believe it's gonna get people flooding to the gates.
Well, that's what Ashes said. He said the gates are going to be overwhelmed and people are going to come rushing through the gates. They're going to want a piece of ONPASSIVE. Other things have to be worked out, though. The pricing, which we haven't heard what it's going to be. We kind of need to know that. We kind of need to know how this bulk processing and payments going to be. I'd be very interested to hear about that. How are you going to pay bulk payments? That money's got to come from somewhere. And the servers are the ones that are bringing in the money. The founding members, the affiliates, and other people in the world are willing to pay the money to get the products/solutions, but you've got to have a way to get that funneled into the system right away. And if you're going to pay in bulk, he has said he's going to pay weekly, not every 2 weeks, but weekly. That's huge. And that's huge for all of us. That will make the difference I don't care whether you have one person on in your organization or have none. If it's just you in your organization, that will have a huge effect. So I'll get off my soapbox. I'm a people person. I like to see people succeed. And that's why Lynn and I do what we do, is we want to make that difference. Were we looking for brownie points from Ash? Nah, that wasn't even a thought. We just wanted to be active for the people that are surrounded us. For example, when Lynn started with Ron Holbert on Friday Night Live, that thing grew exponentially until they decided they weren't going to do webinars, weekly webinars anymore. That was Ash's thought. Now that's all changed again, as you can see, but he took away the weekly webinar. Well, that's where the OTech Pros came from, was Friday Night Live, and Lynn's ability to open up the world in terms of people thinking about what IT is. Before that, there was a lot of confusion. Gee, what am I going to do? I don't even know how to log into my computer, we would hear people say. And then along comes people like the OTech Pros, and people like you guys who are helping others as well. And the thing just went, the IT end of this became real. Before that, 3 years ago, the IT thing wasn't, in my mind, wasn't totally real because A, I didn't understand it all. And B, I didn't really know the direction we were headed until maybe 2 years ago. And then the direction of where Ash wanted to go with this thing really became obvious. And that's why Hyderabad became Dubai, which became Egypt, which became Abu Dhabi, which became Bangladesh, and the sky is truly the limit. We've just got to get those few kinks worked out. We, collective we, meaning corporate. They get that stuff worked out, we are off to the freaking races, like Marty says. There is right now, there's no stopping ONPASSIVE. But when that gets worked out, there's truly no stopping it because excuse me, the world is craving what ONPASSIVE has. They're craving the education that OCademy can bring to the third world countries that don't even have the first computer in a school. They're craving that. And it's not just those countries. There's people in the United States are craving for that next something to where they can make a decent living. And ONPASSIVE is not closed right now. People can come in as a customer and become an affiliate or whatever, and they can make money. And the investment is not going to be that huge. It wasn't huge for us. I don't think it's going to be huge for the next guy. This is once again, the disclosure here. This is strictly my opinion, but I'm an optimist. I see what can happen, and I think it's going to happen. That's it from me. I should have raised my hand.
My opinion, there is abundance around the world, but is not spread right. So we have to spread it right. That's the opinion of Ash Mufarah, to spread the abundance to everywhere, that everybody can have a normal life with water, with food, with education, with the basic life, which many people that don't have. We see many people sleeping on the street on a mattress. They don't even have a roof on their head. We have to save them. In this world, when I sitting here in a chair with computer and with warm home, and I see people sitting on the street in a mattress without cover on them and the rain on them, I'm dying. It's not fair. I want to help all those people, but I don't have that money. So what Ash Mufarah's vision was, I know to do something big with a lot of value to the world, and we will spread that abundance. I don't take it only to myself like others do. They open big company, they take all the money to themselves. They flying with on their own airplane and on their own boat and on their own, I don't know what, a watch that costs a lot of money. We don't need all this. We need to help humanity to be a better place. We don't want to see people begging for a little bread. It's not fair. We want to see people smiling everywhere.
Yeah, I think we
That's
agree
my
with
vision.
that.
From
I think we
Ashmufara
agree.
vision. That's how I see it.
I think we agree with all that. That's true. But the way it's going to be done is if the company uh, is able to grab the attention of the world and with its products become successful distributing the money among the members, like Rob is saying, because that, even if it's not much what is distributed soon, it will contribute to the whole uh, triggering of a worldwide effect, because it'll be a testimony. For example, in, let's say, my immediate family, my immediate friends, immediate people that I can talk to. Hey, look, I was able to do this already, and I haven't done much. I mean, I am not, uh, I don't have enough knowledge to say that I am so smart to do this, and it's been done for me and all this. This, once we start giving testimony, this is what I am able to do now. I wasn't able, and they see that you have better yourself, your personality as well, and your approach, your vision has grown. I want to use this for your benefit, for their benefit, and that's when it all go viral. I think that will be the moving point from here.
Ashmufara gathered the old people that have the big heart that he have. And we are going to spread the abundance all over the world. We start with our small family, and we're growing up bigger and bigger and bigger.
You know what is going to happen? I remember listening to Mr. Mufara at one webinar, and he said, I want to see whether you have the same ideas in 5 years when you have reached your goals, whether you have somewhat changed the way you think, having the giving attitude, because it can be that way. Many people will not prove to be true to what they're thinking now. So let's keep that in mind ourselves, that, okay, I have this idea, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be resolved to do this because this is my desire. I see it. I'm going to keep
the
it through
giving
and
is
through.
the receiving.
Well, my time has approached. It's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna call it quit. I hope everyone has a good night, and thank you so much, RobLynn, for the education platform that you have sustained so consistently for everyone. You have contributed a lot in the way people are developing. That's how I saw it from the beginning. I gotta stay with this group because I can see the teaching. There is teaching coming here from here. It has helped me a lot to keep coming to the webinars, seeing that you have that giving spirit of letting others vent their desire of doing good. So appreciate it. Have a good night. Thank you for taking me to account in tonight's program. And I wish everyone a good night.
Good night, Pedro.
Night. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you,
Good night.
Pedro. Good night.
Pedro, we appreciate your contribution tonight as a panelist before the community chat. It means a lot and I'll speak for Lynn, and it's probably going to get me in trouble again, but I'm speaking for both of us. I know, and speaking for everybody that was here, your addition tonight was very welcomed and very much appreciated. So thank you.
Thank you, RobLynn. Now I live here, Mayur. Let's
Yeah, I was just going to go over.
charge.
Yeah, Mayur is here. He's at work. Go ahead, Mayur. We'd love to hear from you tonight, sir.
Good night, sir. Sorry, I'm not starting in starting point. I'm getting come to the pharmacy, so late show I will be joining. A topic about that you are all covering that how the people are using the Oblast. In my thought, ONPASSIVE given the Oblast platform, so it will be connecting to the we make a new start. Most of the time, a company will be built, and a startup will be coming in America and India also. Most of the around the world, we make the companies and getting the people in to employ, so they get income from the company, and like ONPASSIVE is giving to the founders as a commission base. It will be helpful also, but making companies and giving to the serve the people by giving their getting the job, because around the world job will be most of the companies are layoff. Amazon's like Flipkart, Walmart, they will be lay off the peoples from their jobs. Oblast will be platform for that crowdfunding, and it will be getting new companies will be better to get funding from around the world by founding members. If we going to the $1 to in a company, 10,000 people will be giving $10,000. So that company will be, if they survive, and they will be giving the employee for local people. So it will be helpful also. I think this will be covering the you have said in before that. So I will be contributed to that little bit. So thank you from my side, sir. Over to Lynn, madam, and Rob, sir.
Thank you, Mayur. That's very well said. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you can stay a little while longer and don't have to rush off. We missed you earlier, but we're glad you're here now. Thank you. Appreciate you, sir.
I
Let's
wanted
see.
to talk. Is Mayur still here? Yeah, talk about what he said about Oblast, because Oblast is a crowdfunding platform, and so as he said, we will be able to help a lot of startups. And the whole point of the discussion by Mayur is how these startup companies are going to be providing employment, very, very solid employment in a time where we have such a great global recession going on, that many companies are cutting back, laying off employees. I mean, hundreds of thousands, probably millions if you look worldwide. So what's going to change this horrible situation is a platform such as Oblast, really, where you can crowdfund and not have a fee. I mean, that's unheard of, right? Until now, and so it's going to be a big game changer. And I think, as Mayur said, many people are going to gain employment through these startup companies that are eventually going to be big companies. So it makes a lot of sense, Mayur, what you had to say. I thank you for that contribution. Thank you. You want to say anything about that? You can add to what I said if you like.
Yes, ma'am. You have getting my point out that say employment will be beneficial in most of the founders member getting the commissions also from ONPASSIVE, and they will be spread to the affiliate link to the all peoples. So they will be getting the extra income by doing their current job. ONPASSIVE will be giving affiliate link to the people, users, and founders also. So, but all are the founders are also users, but users are not the founders. So it will be getting the dividend from the ONPASSIVE from most of the they will be starting our data centers. So it will be when we use that OConnect and ONPASSIVE.com website serving. So it will be getting the some money to the our data centers. So they will be giving to the from my thought, it will be giving to the dividend kind of dividend to the founder also. It will be from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. The data centers are definitely revenue earning for the company, as well as a way for our company to safely store our own data without having to depend on any third parties, which is a really big plus. But the data centers, I don't really know exactly how that's going to work as far as if we will benefit from directly from the data centers earnings. We haven't been told that yet, but yeah, I mean, it's possible, you know, anything is possible. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay, let's go back to the gallery, and here we see Carmela. She'd like to say a few words. Go ahead.
Yes,
My
I wanted
hands
to
were
say
up for
that.
the
Oh,
longest
oh, I
time.
didn't see. Sorry, Mel. Go
That's
first, because I
why
know
that's
Melanie.
why I'm the moderator here. Go ahead, Mel.
Thank you. Sorry, Camilla.
Sorry, Mel.
I meant to say something. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say something even when you brought about, that the people will be needing, using the employment with all of the things that are coming through the pipeline. When I look at the world and even doing the job that I'm doing, um, I sense so many people are on the edge. So many people are bitter. Why? Because they are not being paid enough or they are not being paid at all. They have a check to just maybe pay their living allowance, like rent, and just maybe hardly get by, pass by with food, right? So when you think of the world, the whole world, the whole world, not just Canada where I live, and the bigger countries, is everywhere. So this company could not, when I say this company, let me say it in a better way. ONPASSIVE, which we belong to or we are part of, could not come at a better time, could not be founded at a better time, because I'm thinking in my hearts of hearts, and I've always been saying that that's the reason why I'm patient, even if I know apples would be worthwhile, because that's how we'll be able to spread among our brothers and sisters, like help them out, including ourselves. But it couldn't come at a better time. When I looked at this company, I'm thinking this is the time, and I've always been saying that. I know the Bible speaks, and I keep saying the Bible. I'm sorry if I am offending anyone, but it speaks about the 1,000 years of reign of peace on earth. And we some of us don't want to believe, but it's based in a book where it was how many thousands of years ago, even before we thought of it. And I'm thinking now, I think God has brought the remnants together. God or Jehovah, however, Mohammed, whatever name you give him, but he's God. He has brought together the remnants, and the remnants is a special group of people. Okay, we have like-hearted, like minds and like hearts. Okay, we are associated in some ways. When we even bring out our opinions, they correspond. So I think that is the time, believe it or not, that we are to gather the sheaves and bring it in. The harvest, it's ripening, and we hear about the laborers of few, you know. There are plenty in the how you call it, in the graveyard or vineyard, but the laborers are few. So now is the time that ONPASSIVE came about, and we just have to have patience. It will happen, because I always keep thinking in my hearts of hearts or in my mind, look where we were last year. We had nothing really. We were not on these meetings. We were just on a live crumbled up for many of us. And some of us were being dropped out, like whether it's 19,000 on Zoom, the broom. Now we have a live OConnect to call our own. We can go on at any time and get together a group of people, laugh, talk while we are waiting, and we know it's gonna come because Ash has promised so many things that we have seen came to life already. Maybe the apples are not ripened yet because they're working and tweaking on what they want to better for us, right? And for the world. But he has come along. We have come a long way. Look, last year we were without an OConnect. This year we have an OConnect where we come together, and look how many beautiful things that we are bringing together at the table. Look how much we have grown. I know personally I have grown, and it's no bragging. I have grown, and I'm growing more, and I'm delighted to be on here. So honestly, my brothers and sisters who are here, we are all family. It will come. It's gonna come. And it will come to a time where we're gonna have so much more that our cup will be so overflowing that we'll not know what to do, as Asha said. We'll not know what to do with the apples. But we know what to do because we have lots of humans around the world suffering. There's lots of people who are needing our help. Lots of people who are needing our hands to help them to do something. So it will come. It's just that, there's a one man behind it all, even if he has a group of techs or OTechs, but there's one man, the mastermind behind it all. And we just have to, he's patient, so we have to be patient with him. I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring about what he says he's gonna bring about, because we saw him come through time and time again with what he said he was coming through with, and it happened. So it's lots of patience, and we know that there will be jobs, as Mayo was saying. With everything that's coming, I can't wait to see those beautiful products, whether it's a phone or computer or whatever. But if it had to be sold, I personally would quit my job and be part, because this is my job. I would quit and then be part of there where I'm making money and helping others. So patience is the key. They say cash is king, patience is the key. That's all. Thank you, Rob and Lynn. Thank you.
Yes, Carmela Schwartz, fire, fire, fire. Go ahead.
I have something about light up the world.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
We are in Israel, have now a holiday we call Hanukkah. And in this holiday, we are lighting 8 lights every day, another one. And for the first light, I want to say a few words. Everyone needs to understand inside of which a candle it is light. And there is no one who does not have a candle. And it is necessary for everyone to know and understand that he must toil and discover the light of the candle in many, and the light it is into the large flame and enlighten the whole world.
Thank you, Rabbi Schwartz. That was very good. Very well said. And that was not a prepared speech. I know that. That was wonderful. Everyone does deserve a candle. Everyone should have a candle. Everyone needs a light. I agree.
You bring
And we
great
are
joy.
together in this company. We are lighting the whole world.
You bring great joy to my life just to know you. And John, I didn't realize, but also I just wanted to say condolences about your brother-in-law. It's always it's a hard thing to go through, and I am praying for your family and for what they go through. So I just want you to know that it's not easy. I know, brother-in-law or not. So just know that.
Another things I wanted to add to my words, that in Hanukkah we have miracles. This is the
My mic.
holiday of
There we go.
miracles.
Thanks very much. Having trouble with my mic.
And I believe in our company we are going to make a lot of miracles to many peoples, especially those that believe in miracles.
Years ago, there was a television program that came on. Now I can't remember the actual name. Maybe Rob might remember. That's a possibility, or even John. But it was a woman, and she came on and she said, "I believe in miracles. Do you believe in miracles?" You remember that?
Vaguely, I don't remember who the actress was, or who the star of that was, but I remember the miracle theme.
Yeah, it was just what she'd say the first time they came on is, "I believe in miracles. Do you believe in miracles?" Of course, miracles do happen every day.
That's for sure. The Festival of Lights is a miracle, as you know, Carmela. The oil burned for 8 nights, remember? I don't have to tell you. You're the one that speaks Hebrew fluently, and here I am spouting off like I'm a rabbi. You got to be kidding, Rob. At any rate, happy Hanukkah to everybody that celebrates Hanukkah. It's good stuff. Having this community chat is really the highlight of our day between Lynn and I. And I know I can speak for her on that one without fear of a knee or an elbow, because it truly makes a difference. We may be having a crappy day, okay? We may be going back and forth with each other about this is negative, that's negative, this is positive. Why don't you understand? Well, this show, this is a gift. It's a gift to Lynn and I, even though, yes, we have to prepare. Yes, we have to have a topic. Yes, we try to give a little value. It's not just a variety chat where we yuck, or we try to build you up motivationally. We try to offer something, whether it's learning just something, anything, and being able to put that to work. That means a lot to us. And the community chat, there's there's 46 people in the chat right now. You tell me another place that goes on for 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever in the world it is, that has people in the chat chatting away. There's nobody. But here with the community chat, where some of you come on the panel, and 46, there were 65 people yesterday in the chat. 65 after 3.5, almost 4 hours. Come on, man. That's crazy. But you know what? It's a warm feeling. It's a gathering of like-minded people. And say what you want about the politics of this, the politics of that. Come to a place like this, and you really forget about that. The people that come here, they're not interested in politics or who's stabbing who in the back or who's saying this or who's saying that. The people that come here want to talk to each other. They want to feel what the others are feeling. And I think that's why you will see, if you look at, if Lynn went to the attendees right now and scrolled through that list, a lot of those people are here every night. Okay. We don't get 500 like some of the other folks do. We're not looking for 500. We're happy with 100 happy people that got something out of being with us, and that we got something. It's a two-way street. And we've talked about that, Lynn and I. We do get something out of all this because there's always that thing that someone's going to say that we either don't know or we need to have it refreshed in our memory. And that's a gift from you guys and ladies. That's a gift. And it makes anything negative not so bad. It's not so bad. Think positive. If you think positive, you will have positivity surrounding you. That's the way I look at this point. Is it easy to do when you're wondering about this or wondering about that? Heck no. It ain't easy. It's not easy being a founder right now. There's a lot of question marks. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do there? As Greg said, are we going to buy additional traffic? We're going to have a conglomerate or a whatever you called it, Greg. You know,
Co-op.
Co-op. Thank you. Obviously, as it gets later and later, I lose the brain cells just kind of shoot off of my head like, what the hell are you still doing up, buddy? But it is the bottom line here. That's what we look at. We look at the attendees. Last night, I didn't tell Lynn I was going to do this. She went to get something to eat. You all were there last night, so you witnessed it. She went to get something to eat. I became the moderator, and I said hello to everybody in the chat. Well, everyone in the chat from last night is here tonight. Every one of them. And that's good stuff. That's the payoff of all this. That people want to get something out of basically nothing. All we're here to do is provide a little information, a little humor, and it's a good feeling. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what I feel like. I feel good. I feel good. Lynn feels good. And it's, I had a guy write to me the other day. I don't know this guy from the man in the moon. He joined in 2018 in August. He was like number 55 or 45. His name is Dwayne Jerry Murdoch. I hadn't talked to him. He's not on our team, right? In our organization. All he knows is he knows the Mad Hatter. So he writes to me, and he calls Lynn because he couldn't get a hold of me, and says, I got to have a hat. All right, you got to have a hat. And that alone right there made my week. He wants to sport an ONPASSIVE hat. Yeah, did I get it made? Sure. That's not the point. The point is, this guy's a truck driver. He works probably close to 80 hours a week. And he sends me a picture today of no hat. He's got no hat on his head, and he's bald. And I wrote him back. I said, man, you got to get a hat. It'll be there tomorrow. And sure enough, he's getting his hat tomorrow. And a red one, just like Ash likes. Ash loves red for some reason. And I don't know, that's what this thing is all about. We are, and we say it every night, we are family. We have a team behind us working round the clock. And I know I say this every day. People are probably tired of hearing it, but it's meaningful. It's more meaningful every day you hear it. You get something different out of it every day. We're a massive movement. I don't think we have any idea of how massive this is going to be. I don't. I'm wishing, hoping, and praying, that it's 1 billion first year.
You can imagine.
I can imagine. You're right. I've got a very vivid imagination. And we're one ONPASSIVE. This is a group of like-minded people on a mission to do like-minded things for humanity. Yeah, do we want to make money? Yeah, that's why we're here. We're here to make some money. But once we've, as Ash said, filled the apple cart, our own, we've taken care of our families, we've taken care of our church or synagogue or mosque, we've taken care of the neighbor across the street who's got one leg, can't work, and needed a little help. All these folks are going to be helped by this one movement. And it's exciting stuff. It is. And believe it or not, I only ran 3 people off in the last 8 minutes. So not too bad. Oh, well. Lynn, why don't you take over as moderator? I'll stay in. I'm still here.
Anybody else? Oh, who's first, Mel or Carmel? So, Carmela, I don't get in trouble. Was it you, Mel? Okay, you go. I'm going to ask instead of assume.
It's okay. You're not getting in trouble. When Rob was saying we are here night after night and it's so warm, I was smiling because I was thinking, Rob, it's so warm that you don't get the elbow anymore. I don't see that at all. I don't. It used to be very frequent. So now everybody's family, the elbow is not moving anymore because you and Lynn are just so compatible, you know? And it's like we're living with brothers and sisters. We don't see anybody different. It's not like strangers anymore. I feel like we are just family and we are just a door away or maybe a panel away, you know, let's face it that way. And because we are here night after night after night, it's like, what just happened? That's how I feel. Because sometimes I'm at work, I'm on a panel, but it's not the same. We are on the sideline and we have to listen and obey. If we have to give our opinion, it has to be kind of short. And I feel like, okay, I need to voice my opinion because I need an answer. You know, I feel like I just started. You know what I mean? Anybody can attest to that. I'm talking of my work. So they want us to join a live. We are not live. I'm not talking anything negative, but this is the truth. We want to voice our opinion. We can only say that much because as soon as you're gonna say, oh, we have this amount of time, you know, and then you go back to your desk, it's like certain questions are not being answered. But we are here. I know it's not work, but it feels like work and it feels like fun, and it is fun. And we have all the time in the world to ask questions. We have all, you know, we're given equal opportunity to ask questions. So when I think of, again, ONPASSIVE, time and time and time again, we are really growing. We are going from the top to the top to the top. It's like every time is something different. And when we least expect it, I think Ash is just going to bulge in and say, okay, guys, okay, we are ready. We are ready. I said what I was going to do and I did it. You know how he talks, right? And he's going to tell us, okay, the apples are rolling in. I think that's going to happen soon. You know, he's probably just testing our patience, saying, okay, let me see how much they're going to complain. Let me see what they're going to do if they're not going to give themselves a lift. In the meantime, I'm preparing for them. And it's going to happen. It is. So Rob and Lynn, again, I will call your names over and over. Thank you for giving me, I mean, I spoke on lives before, but it was for a short while on passive lives. But you and Lynn gave us opportunities every night. Wow. And because of that, I have grown quite a bit. Because of that, I feel like I can just come on and say something and I won't be objected. I will say something and then, you know, we all give inputs and we get good feedback. So what more do we want? And that is the reason why I am eager and anxious and excited to join the live. even when I'm tired. So thank you.
We thank you, Mel,
You're
very
welcome.
much. Before we go to Mayura, I just want to let you know, Mel, while the elbows may have stopped, the note writing has picked up. I get notes shoved very close to where I'm trying to read something off the prompter. So, yeah, she stopped the elbows pretty much, and the knees, and uh,
Oh,
the stepping on my feet when I don't have shoes on.
oh
That's all
no.
stopped, but the notes are flying. So anyway,
Yikes.
but that's okay. I can deal with a note. You know,
It's love.
I just take my glasses off and I can't read it. It's perfect.
Okay, that's good.
All right, let's go over to Mayur, if we may. Go ahead, sir. Love to hear from you again.
Right. Thank you, sir, giving opportunity. Uh, Basically, I'm my language is second language is English. Basically in Hindi, Marathi. So I would coming from home to the join that meeting to in pharmacy. Pharmacy is getting started. So uh, second one is that all of the peoples are in from US, Canada, Israel. So I would connect to the all peoples. I love to. I'm not uh, in US. Um, but I would connect in people who are in other countries. So how the countries are going and how the climate is there. My sister is in Japan, so I would connect to also there. My uncle is in Israel also. They would come to the Mumbai last 2 years. So I would love to the people. I don't know. John sir is what he did, what is I would connect to the LinkedIn or Facebook, so getting the knowledge from what they are doing. I would connect. Georgie Sell is yeah, sorry, Gil sir is. I would connect that in LinkedIn profile. I think I would request to them. Uh, Also, and get in touch with in social media. So um, I would love to the people like Rob Sari said that they will be connect to the people also. So get in touch with all. So that's we connect and chatting with and getting some inputs like Melina ma'am says. I would love to join this show because getting knowledge and connect to the peoples who are not from India. So I would love to the peoples to the all over the world. Most of the people are coming. I would love to connect with. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Maria, how did you first connect to our show, RobLynnLive? Was it the back office or was it through WhatsApp? How did you find out about us? I'm just
Uh,
curious.
Back office, always I'm looking to the back office. Um, First time that 3 days to 4 days, first time I will connect to the your show. I would see in YouTube live every day 6:30 a.m. So I'm getting and link to the YouTube. First time 3 4 days, I would I don't know whether I join or in panel maybe. It's a little bit scary about that how I talk with people so around the world. Those are in fluency in English, so I don't have like fluency, but getting even I'm want to the connect with people with in English. So most of the peoples are background are who are talking in English in every day. So I don't have I we are using Hindi or Marathi is our mother tongue. So most of the time we connect. If I would go to the out of the India, I would love to speak in English. So get in touch out. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. So you were brave. You know, you were a bit anxious about being on the panel because of your English, right? It's a second language, but I give you credit because you said, I'm going to do it. And you just did it. And
Yes,
now
yes,
you're
yes.
here daily with us. So it's
Hey,
wonderful.
I would say to my sister, this is my English class to the around the world. I'm
That's,
getting in touch with on getting English class to all in live classes.
that is true. And you get to understand different accents like mine, the Hawaii girl with a strong Hawaii accent, and you know, all the various accents. So it's good for you. And you get to hear the slang and you get to hear the idioms that we all use. And that's the best way to learn, not in an artificial classroom with a teacher, but just through immersion is the best way. So good for you.
And most of the time, I see the Hollywood movies. So getting the accent to connect me. So I'm getting a little bit daily. So in English, American accent, in Israel accent, Canadian accent. So getting familiar with them. And so we'll talk if I get the opportunity. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and I honestly, I understand you more today than I did a few days ago because I'm getting used to your accent as well. So it's good for me. I gain a lot from it. Thank you. All right, Carmela, fire,
Eh,
fire, fire, you're up.
I want to say the same. My English was very little when I came to RobLynnLive at the beginning. From time to time, I'm learning more, and my English is getting better. I feel it myself, and people say the same. And I get educated, and it's become my second language. And nowadays, I speak most of the day English more than Hebrew. I'm 4 or 6 hours here every day. It's the best university. I said I'm in the university of my life now. Thank you, Rob and Lynn, for the opportunity. And I feel here around the table of the family, you know, when you're sitting the family around the table every day and eating and drinking and speaking one to each other, this is round table for me. Because I have no family in my house. I live alone with my 2 dogs. I have 2 children, but they are not here. And they're busy with their life. They don't have time to their mother to speak more than half an hour. It's too much. And here I feel free to speak, to say, everybody's hearing, everybody's saying what they think about what I'm saying. And I feel here very warm family. It's my new family. My new family that hug me around the world. And it's a great feeling. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carmela, for those heartfelt remarks. Very nice. I'm going to take a peek at the attendee list.
Can I say something real quick? I'm not.
Oh, certainly. I didn't see your hand. Go ahead.
Oops. I have to go because it's getting late. But I kind of wanted to just. I don't know if I can bring any value or not here. As I said before, words are very powerful, and one of the most powerful words in this world today is the word "together," and that is the most powerful word, actually, one of them. And I don't know if anybody here or anybody who's listening in the back that are on the chat. I haven't been watching the chat because it's hard for me to watch the chat or do any of that stuff. I'm not as multitasked as Lynn is, but there is a certain thing called switch words. And I don't know if anybody knows what a switch word is. Many people don't know that. But if you take a few minutes and Google and search what switch words are, it might it'll bring some interesting thinking to your mind how we use words and how they are being used. So, but together is one of the most interesting switch words that they use, and they put that at the top of the list in switch words. So anyway, I really like the word together, and it's been wonderful tonight that we've all been together again. And it's all the time I have, but I sure love each one and every one of you here. And thank you so much. That yes, it is like a family, and it's a special family. So we'll just keep it that way, and just continue to grow it. And thank everybody in the back office. I'm sorry that I didn't respond to anybody who was in the chat, but I just want you to know that I care about you as well, and love you as well. So I'm done for the night because I've got a lot to do tomorrow. And I can say one good thing. I finally got my permits for my 360 feet of road that I have to finish patching up through the county, which is a big issue with county people and all their power and their badges they wear. So I got that today. So that
Congratulations. What a relief. Yeah, relief.
It took some stress off of me.
Yay.
Now, come Monday, if it doesn't snow before, then I'm going to get that finished up in one of my projects. I'm pretty happy. And again, John Barilla, you're in my prayers.
Before you go, can we just do a picture?
Sure.
Right. Action picture, not a boring picture. Action, like move around or smile or something. Fun, okay? I guess even my ear knows going like that. Okay, I'm going to say count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
Love you.
Wait, Greg, you covered your face. Try again.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Love you.
Okay, that's better. We want to see your face. Okay, that one came out good.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody came out fine in that one. I'm going to save that one. Thank you,
Have a
Greg.
good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night, Greg.
Have a good
night.
rest.
Good night, Carmela. Thank you, Myra. And thanks, Rob, John, everybody in the back. See ya.
Good night. Good night.
Good
night. Night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
I've been kind of quiet.
Yeah, good night, John.
I was going to take a peek in the chat. Wait. Okay, we got Olasumbo. Hi. Michael Chat, this is great. RobLynnLive session. Have a good night, good morning, everything in between. Unpassive Global Family. Mayur, thank you, Lynn, madam, and Rob, sir. You're quite welcome. I sent you something in WhatsApp, Mayur, when you have time. Nothing urgent, but I just sent it to you. Robert Rioja says, thank you, Carmela. We are a family. That's Robert talking to you, Carmela.
Shift Alt capital O B RobLynn. Shift Alt cap I C.
What's
C
that?
delete.
I hear something. Okay, Shantanu Mandal says, thank you all. Best wishes for all. Don Swinehart says, Carmela, you are great. Oh, that's so nice. And Surrender Singh is still here. He said, yes, yes. Don Swihart, Mayur, good to hear you, says Don Swihart. She's happy to have you there. Angela Leland, awesome, Mayur. We said bye to Savita. Savita had to go. So I think I pretty much caught up with the chat. And I was going to take a quick peek in the attendees list real fast. Thank you to all of you who are still there. You know, we got a good number still here. We've got 37. That's a lot of people for how long we've been here. And wanted to say thank you to Latoya, Onyeloni, Mohammed Ashraf Ansari. Mohammed's always with us. Latoya's always with us. Onyeloni's always with us. And of course, Isabel Bailey, Michael Chaka, Sergey Alechin. Hi. He is in Russia. Wow. I think you're the first Russian I've seen here. That's special. Peter Ducko, sometimes he comes to the panel. Good to have you, Peter. Clover, always talking in the chat. Les Hudson sometimes comes to the panel. It's once in a while. Harry, oh, I hope you're doing okay. Good to see you here, Harry. Don Swihart, Legdega, Dinesh Chowdhury, hello. Sina, always with us. Hima Bala Bemuri, who is in India. Michelle Weaver and Frank Rowe in USA. Robert Riojas, USA. Roy Clark, USA. We also have Kajitan Inkang Phobisong from Canada. Welcome. Ram Sapup Dewang in India. David Lavelle Jr., USA. Shantanu Mandal, who is in Bangladesh. Yay, Bangladesh. Armin Hogue in Canada. Surendra Singh, India. Martin Pierre, UK. Mohammed Umar, India. And Mohammed Ali in, I don't know. Oh, that one was in India as well. And Angela Lalande, US. I hope I didn't miss anybody in the attendees, but I just want to acknowledge our appreciation for all of you attendees, whether you spoke or not. You're important to us and we value you. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, especially to the panelists. You guys stayed with us a long time. We've been on air for almost 4 hours. So thank you for that, and especially those in the chat. You contributed a great amount to our topic tonight. And Olasumbu says, we'll be in the panel soon. Yay! We look forward to that. Love you, love to everybody. We can unmute, say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Good night.
Love to all.
Goodbye. Good night, everyone. Now it's morning. It's 7 o'clock here.
I can see a light, Camilla.
A great night or a great day, and good dreams and big dreams.
It's bright day. I can see it through your blinds. Wow.
Yes, yeah, it's coming the night.
Camilla,
It's so strong.
okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Mayol, Stalin, Camilla, John. Good night.
Night, Robert. Night, Angela. Night, Frank Rowe. Tina, Don, David Lavelle Jr., Frank Rowe, Olusubu. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye, Cam. Good night. Good night.